Testing, testing. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're in here. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Okay, man. I wanna hear from y'all. Everybody say something.
Hey man, testing, testing, 1, 2. It's a beautiful day.
We here.
All right, people. I'm getting a little static. Okay. I'm just getting a little static. Keep talking.
We here. Let's go.
I don't know why. Okay, here we go. Let me pull it down a little bit. All right, say something again.
Let's go.
EROK, I need to hear you.
Yo man, they had an easier time getting the cosmonauts out of outer space. They're getting this missile shit going. Woo.
Yeah, make sure they gotta make sure they fix. They gotta make it more durable.
Okay, we're going in. All right. Don't worry about it. I understand, but we're going in. Everybody, thank you for coming out. It's good to be home. It's good to be home down in the South. Warm weather. I'm feeling good. And I woke up today. I was minding my own business, chilling, doing what I do, man. I was like, you know what? Let me hook up my Xbox, get things going. I want to have some fun. Because I did tell you guys, the minute I get my chance to get back by my PC and things, I want to do some shows. I just wanted to get back with my peoples, man, and have some fun and talk about some good topics and things, just gaming talks in general, right? But, I woke up, went into the DX mansion, and the first thing I saw that cracked me up was something that's really not of a surprise, but that's why it cracked me up. I saw that the PS5 will not have launch exclusive titles. Now, the two people I have today, heavyweight champions in their own right. I mean, these dudes are Godzillas in their own right. In the gaming streets, these dudes hold their own weight. They know what to say, what to do, how to do it. They're not limited to one hustle. They can perform on grand stage performances when it comes to knowledge of gaming, what games to play on hard difficulties or not. Schools are very versatile and they're very knowledgeable. They're root gamers, and you know my team, man. You know my peoples. They go by legendary names. One, the most powerful Xboxian in the universe, the originator of the word Xbot, as a plural sense, as a community, Xboxian. It goes by the name of the mighty Hebot. I got the other guy in here, the Don King Mega of the gaming industry, the maddest and the baddest dude on Twitter. Will knock you out with facts. The goodbye fiasco ending person of the green streets. Hey, the guy that gives no cares on what you think his content ought to look like. He uses the best resources he can. And he is the main reason of my motivation to do the same thing, man. Don't be scared because you may not be able to look flashy and pretty out here. If you know your gaming and you want to get your voice heard, man, put your stuff out there, man, and get your voice heard. Ain't caring about none of that because you're a gamer before you're a YouTuber. It goes by the mighty name of EROK. I'm gonna let these two dudes talk today on this subject. I got two big mics. Y'all know what I normally do with that. I share them. Got two big mics, and I'm politely handing them over to these gentlemen over here. You guys, tell me, do you feel any kind of shock to this grand stage of news today about the PS5 not having what we call quotation marks grand exclusives for the launch titles? Is this anything new, guys? Should we be surprised? Let's go. This has been New Legal, and we represent Di-RREC Gaming, live from the streets, a.k.a. We Got Next, a.k.a. bringing gaming to the streets back to gaming. Let's go.
I think EROK should be runner-up because he's the most genuine guest here of all of us.
Man, listen. Listen.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen, man. What? do it matter? Listen. What's so funny about this, what's so hilarious about this to me is these cats, they're going to come out in a few weeks with their usual announcements. The media is going to back them up with all of this hearsay announcements. PlayStation 5 is coming. It's got a better design. It's more versatile. It's slightly more powerful. They're going to come out with all of that bullshit. And I only met Hebot back in 2015, man. I only got to know Dorian in the last couple of years. But I myself, since 2000, before this internet shit kicked off, before it was any EROK 8150 and all that nonsense, I've been saying for years, with Sony, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Believe none of what you hear because it's all lies, and believe half of what you see because it's faked full motion video. It don't surprise me that they don't have no exclusives for the PlayStation 5 because the last couple of years they shot their load, man. They shot their load. The Last of Us, God of War, Death Stranding, the UPS box delivery game. They shot their load. They don't have nothing. And meanwhile, Xbox, the console everybody loves to hate, has announced 7 new IPs to close out the generation in a move that's unheard of. But then these guys came out at Geoff Keighley's Kojima Awards show, Kojima Awards Appreciation show. Xbox came out and announced a new console, and we know that Halo Infinite is coming, and we know now that Ninja Theory, besides working on their fighting game for the Xbox One, they have actually finished. No one knew this. Hellblade: Senua's Saga. And yes, people, I believe that was running in real time, showing ray tracing. So it's no surprise to me that PlayStation doesn't have anything ready for the PlayStation 5 because they were so busy worrying about trying to slander Xbox during the PlayStation 4 era. They were so busy worrying about Spider-Man, worrying about God of War. And, man, this whole gaming shit is hilarious to me. But no, I'm not surprised. See, they're probably thinking that they can get away this generation coming up with what they got away this current generation. When the PlayStation 4, they didn't have any exclusives. Xbox was dropping game after game after game. But see, it wasn't about the games from 2013 to 2016. It was about 1080p. Then, when they didn't have 1080p,
and 720p.
And the argument and the discussion changed to who could really do 4K out of the box, they switched it back to game. So now, in the next generation, they're going to, I don't know what they're going to, they can't talk about resolution. Not after what Phil and them showed and the specs I got here on my phone, and we'll read it out later. So you can't use resolution no more. You can't use games. So what's it going to be this time? Y'all got the best bubble gum. Y'all got the most custom console. What's it gonna be this generation? And whatever it is, the media and the stupid fan base who
where's the place to play?
Are the most toxic, most corporate slavery niggas walking this planet. And yes, I'm a grown ass man. I'm gonna curse. I don't care if this is mixer. They're gonna just eat it up. They're just gonna eat it up. Crap game, all them fools. They're gonna eat it up because PlayStation is a mindset. It's in your mind, and it doesn't surprise me that these guys don't have nothing. If that's true, and y'all don't have no launch exclusives, that's heavy duty. I see an opportunity here, man. I see an opportunity for Xbox to lay these guys in the dirt. No, I don't like PlayStation. I think your whole legacy is built on lies, and Xbox is the best box, and I can't wait to this next generation We'll talk about price later, but I'm not surprised that PlayStation don't have enough because they shot their load, man. They shot their load. They like a a premature porn star. They shot their They ain't got nothing left. Yo, they balls is empty. They got nothing left. I'm not surprised by this. Are you Hebot?
Okay, before we give it over to Hebot, I want to say shout outs to my man T Reaper who just joined in. He was gonna be here. We didn't know if he was going through some issues. He was outside, but he joined in. So we just want to say salute to you too, T Reaper, for joining in because you was already on the roster. So we appreciate it. Go back to Hebot. Go ahead, brother.
Trying to get over the EROK.
So are you surprised? Are you surprised, Hebot, at this situation where PlayStation 5? Come on, man, talk about it.
Let's go back. Let's go back again. Once again, look, just like EROK said, before we even had the YouTube scene of gaming or in the gaming community, in the level and in the structure that it is right now, we've been doing this in the actual streets itself, meaning at the actual game stores, the arcades, home, schoolyard, lunch, recess. We've been doing this for so long, very beginning. It's not old new text to us. It's old, but new text to us, it's not, because we've been doing this for so long. We already know we could pretty much dictate the old outcome. Look, if we go back to the PlayStation 1 and then we go to PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 1 was a happy accident because it was something that Sony themselves did not invest in. It was an investment that was paid for by Nintendo money, by Nintendo R&D money. And then because they had all those schematics, blueprints, because it was there and Nintendo didn't patent none of that stuff, including the name itself was never patented. Sony somehow, I believe it was Tengu Duragi or Kazurai, was one of them two, actually convinced the guy running over there at Sony, listen, we got the blueprints there laid out, let's go. Let's create this. Let's put a brand new 3D chip to try to undermine the Sega Saturn because they have an older chip. They've already been in the market, and you know, do a price cut, take a hit on the price cut to look cute because they were the big name at the time, and you know, everything's history. You know, that's how everything started. So you know, you go from the PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2. I remember the launch titles on PlayStation 2 was something called Fantavision, which was a game about fireworks.
That's right. Good.
It had another game called Bouncer, which looked incredibly good by Square Enix, which is a beat 'em up. When you played the game, it was complete dog duty. Then you had another game called Ridge Racer that had one level.
Ridge Racer. We all know about that
one.
one.
But had one level. Okay, one. Meanwhile, other games like Daytona that were available before it had 3 levels or 4 levels and was more arcade.
That was a horrible.
Yeah. It was just horrible. You know, it was horrible. And then if you look at the PS3, when the PS3 launched, the launch was the same thing. They didn't have no games when they launched as well. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to remember what was the game that they had at launch.
Resistance: The Fall of Man.
Resistance, yeah, it was.
And it ran smack in the Gears of War. Oh, it was a bloodbath. I remember.
Yeah, it was terrible. So this, if you look back historically, right? Historically, the Sony brand with any of their releases and launches,
it's consistent.
Yeah, the consistency's been there. Even with the portables, they never had a big launch title or launch exclusivities in comparison to the, you know, obviously the competition, because you know, you look at Dreamcast,
not a comparison to like Nintendo DS or Pokemon, like Fanatics.
Right. Well, I mean, look at the Dreamcast. Like, to this day, the Dreamcast is probably the greatest launch.
That was a sick launch.
Yeah, the greatest console.
30 titles.
Right. And it was so unbelievably incredible that you couldn't believe it because it's never been happened. It never happened before. You know, you had 2K, sports games, and we had racing games, we had fishing games, we had arcade games, we had remasters from the arcade, a little better than the arcade in Soul Calibur. I mean, the launch in the Dreamcast was ridiculous. Okay, for lack of a better word.
And then, not to cut you off, but I mean, just to corroborate what you're saying, you are so on point. You are so fucking on point as always. Because I remember when I didn't get PlayStation 1 until summer '96, and they started rolling. I knew the console what it was, but I remember when that one first came out, right? Because a lot of us, some cats had the Sega Saturn, some cats were still rocking Genesis and SNES. So one of my boys, he actually pumped down the 350 or whatever the hell it was for the PS1, and he showed me this shit called Battle Arena Toshinden. I said, man, what is this garbage? Because at that same time, Virtual Fighter 2 was looking better.
Yes, sir.
And I was like, so you about you on point, man.
Remember Destruction Derby?
Yeah, I remember that.
Those are the titles they had.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yes,
sir. F-Zero Wipeout was not really a good game. Next to F-Zero, and it was a last generational game. You know, F-Zero on the I think it was on the 64 was a way superior game, if I'm not mistaken. The 64, right? Anyway, thank you for collaborating on that, because you know where I'm heading at. You know where I'm heading at with this. Because PS4 came out, and what happened? It had fucking Knack, a game that looked like an indie title, and they sold it with no shame whatsoever at $60. Mark Cerny got up there and said, "My new platform is going to revolutionize and reinvigorate the platforming genre with the power and processing capabilities of the PS4." And if you look closely, look at the particle as he breaks
the product.
when Mark Cerny with his soft, sweet cake voice, okay, and then he has selling bullshit, because that game should have been $15 on the fucking PlayStation Now. Okay? But instead it was $60. Then they had a little game called Resogun, which is a shooter that goes isometrically around in 360 degrees, and you can move from left to right. And that was praising that for almost a year. IGN was still doing videos and reviews on Resogun a year later, because they wanted to stay on the narrative. Then they had Killzone, and Killzone looked pretty, like always. Look at these mocap, high quality stream, close-up shots that they've been doing since the PS3 era. But then when you play the game was the same thing. It was lame, it was boring, it was lifeless. They didn't really have substance, really didn't play. You didn't feel like you were in the world, even though you were. It looked pretty, like it was just, it was bland. It was bland. It was like a 7. So, and what ended up happening? Everybody turned it, but you could play the best fucking multi-plats on PS4.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then wait a second. Let me get this right. So from this, now, out of nowhere, consoles you buy them at launch for multi-plats. When you've always bought consoles since the beginning of this inception of consoles for their exclusives. And the multi-plats were just a bonus. Their third-party exclusives were a bonus. Here we have the Xbox One. Okay, it comes with the seat, with the camera. It had the whole idea of let's start streaming and make it together, make it one whole unison experience. With streaming out the box, with the camera that we provided in 1080p, okay, at a really high quality that we never seen before with a camera. Okay, because PC cameras were still at 720 at this point.
Right.
Okay. Right out the box, where you can actually load up right into YouTube, because that feature to load up onto YouTube was on Xbox at the very beginning.
Right.
Okay. But then they took it out because Google owns YouTube and became Microsoft's, number one competitor. Again, next to Apple.
Right.
So then they took that shit down. Then they started listening to other trolls. But the consoles are underpowered. No, it wasn't underpowered. Console had a little thing called ESRAM. It had 32 gigs dedicated to ESRAM. And if you use that ESRAM, it made up for the speed rate on the CPU that you needed to make games run at the same resolution and the same frame rate. How do I know? Well, let's go back. Let's go back really fast. Let's go back. When Diablo was not running correctly, I remember Microsoft sending their team to make it work and show them how to utilize the SRAM. And Diablo was running 60 frames, 1080p, just like the PS4, right? Same thing happened with Destiny. Destiny was 1080p 30 and Xbox was 930 or 720 30. They send in their team. Guess what? 1080p 30.
Mm-hmm.
So Microsoft was supposed to babysit all these developers that are getting paid thousands of dollars a year from all these different places so that they can actually do their job and utilize the hardware and to make games run correctly. But they chose not to. Why? Because it wasn't the leading platform. Because it wasn't selling as well as the PlayStation. So they decided to get lazy. And that's what started this generation with the generation of everything needed to be patched on day one. Or we can go back to it. And that became another issue and problem that now we have at hand. So, for Sony to come out, or for an outlet to come out today, which I didn't know until EROK brought it to my attention and I saw it, I think it was from GameRant, the article stating that PS5 confirms they will not have first-party launch exclusives when the console of the PS5 comes out. When that came out today and he showed it to me, all I said was, here we go again. We're going to start doing the whole spiel all over again. Start like we did with PS4. They're going to have no games. They're going to use the titles they've already released, like Ghost of Tsushima, like the God of War, Spider-Man, Days Gone, Death Stranding, that came out in the last 3 years. And they're just going to refine them to run at the best quality in 4K and actual 60 frames. And either do it through an update or resell them. Like, oh, just a better version, like they did with God of War 3, like they did with Beyond, like they did with Heavy Rain, and so forth and so forth. And we're going to do the same joke again and act like we're blind and be like, oh no, you know, the multiplexes for the best on it. They're doing better because now they got backwards compat. Like this is a continuing
Loop.
Well, not only loop, but it's just been a continuous process with them. They have never done anything different. They've always started where they started off slow the first 3 years, 3.5 years, almost 4 years, and then at the end of the cycle, at the end of the half of the cycle of the generation, then they'll come out with a bunch of stuff, and then people forget what they did and be like, oh, they're the best.
That's it.
Oh, they did the best this generation. Meanwhile, somebody like Microsoft or Nintendo
Been doing
bring
Right.
out bankers, right? Big titles, unique titles, different titles, right from the launch, all to the very end. Even though they're not like consistent with AAA every single year, but at least bring out big titles through this whole 7-year duration course. And oh no, they don't have the quality of PlayStation games. You just gotta stop. There's no more excuses. If you guys that have been, you know, chanting and voting and what do you call it, and cheering for PlayStation this generation, do not see the same recycled, the same spoiled milk again, spilling again, and you're gonna try to pick it up from the floor again and drink it. You gotta fucking call. You deserve to be called an asshat. You deserve to be bent over and shoved a little big PlayStation up your ass because you see it. You see it, and you're gonna try to damage control this again. You can't do this.
Right.
Me and EROK been saying this, and the reason why I don't mention Dorian T. Reaper is because I never
before
personally talked with him.
That's right.
Well, I didn't talk to Reaper personally, even though I seen him until later on, and I never talked to to Dorian until later on. But when I first came on the scene, I already talked to people like EROK and Sega Man and Sega Forever and
They're your witnesses. They're your witnesses. Yeah, they're your witnesses.
And 100 and Ghost Rider, and so forth and so forth. Master Chief. And we've been saying from the very beginning since we started doing things together, like, gamers and like family, like friends, that this whole generation has been a bunch of bullshit, vertical slides, bull BS, and that these motherfuckers are just doing it, bending it over to work to their agenda, to work in their favor, just because it's the popular thing to do. and the media right along with all. So I want to know how they're going to be able to start next gen the same way when now they can't do the same thing because now Xbox not only has the power, narrative talk, closed down, the backwards compatibility narrative closed down, they're not having studios agenda closed down, they're not having a power brick on the console closed down, the console being oversized closed down, the not having enough exclusives shut down.
Or studios.
You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
studios, exactly. Everything's on lockdown. Everything. Okay, the only thing they really don't have is VR. That's not to say that they can't make a console compatible with all types of VR that's already out there. They don't really have to necessarily invest. Okay, and me personally, I think that's the smarter way to approach VR. Make it compatible with other VRs that exist, and you don't have to invest money in it. Okay, but still have it for your fans.
Well, I think more has to do with the fact that Phil prefers AR versus
Yeah,
VR.
of course. But AR is still too expensive, so that's not going to be a thing for never.
Right, for a while.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the difference. But when I'm talking about since VR is a thing, and it is catching up, where people do enjoy it for what it is, even though it's just a very sustained and isolated experience. Okay. Then make the console compatible with like something from Oculus. You know what I'm saying? Something because it runs on Windows, and the Xbox, as we all know, their dashboard and their OS is Windows.
He bought. Look, man. Look, and I gotta excuse Dorian, and I gotta excuse TV Pro because they probably wondering like EROK. Everybody I talked to the last year or so, or 3 years, partners past, present, and future in this podcast game. They're like, man, why is you and He-Bot, sometimes He-Bot has gotten passionate, but he's calming down. I used to be passionate about it, but I've been calming down. Why are you so blasé about this? Because my question is, with all due respect, why are we here? Why are we here talking about this? Listen, the PlayStation community, and I was a part of it. I own PlayStation 1. I own PlayStation 2. I had to wait.
Y'all not like me. Y'all not like me that ain't never had it. Right. You guys have had it.
I bought a PS3 because I wanted a Blu-ray player and HD. Disney had decided the format war for us. We didn't make a decision, so I bought a PlayStation 3 so I could watch Blu-rays and God of War 3 and the few games that hyped up. We've been on that. We've been on that.
Aficionado for those who don't know.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we look, man. It's like this, dude. We are not hamsters on a hamster wheel. That's what. That's right. We are not riding. Y'all PlayStation supporters and worshipers. And I was one of y'all once, which y'all failed to realize.
I was one of y'all once.
Well, come on now. Who in this podcast, who in this show right now never had a PlayStation? Are you serious?
Yeah, bro. I never liked it.
Wow.
I made fun of it. I said it was a generic Walkman console.
Wow.
Yeah. I played it. Yeah, when I played it, I was like, this is dog. Yeah, no doubt. My favorite PlayStation console was the PlayStation 2, no doubt. No doubt. I love my Twisted Metal and my Grand Theft Auto 3. I played it every day religiously, but then I just hated the buttons, man. I hated the controller. I hated that square controller, bro. It was like what is Sony doing? You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't never had no stupid square controller like this with this pink damn, what they call it now, a cross button.
Because Sony's controller's designed for something different.
Yeah, it's control for porn. It's control for porn. That's what it's control for.
The reason why I sound astounded.
Y'all stupid boy. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, E-Rock.
Astounded is because every guy that owns a console migrated from someplace else.
Right, that's facts. Now that's facts. That's right.
Every guy that owns a console
exactly
migrated from the Atari 2600.
That's right. Bottom line.
Yes.
That's right, E-Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
right,
migrated
E-Rock.
to the Sega Genesis. They migrated
somewhere.
to the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Whatever was the hottest new shit, you eventually migrated to that. But see, what happened was we got to the point where some of us began realizing that just because a brand is more popular, it doesn't mean that it's the best gaming situation
watch
for
this.
us.
Now
So
watch this.
that's why you said you never owned a PlayStation.
That's right.
Wow, that's
Because you want to know why, EROK? Now that y'all elaborate on it, let me tell you where I come from. I never came from the most popular console. Now, to exclude, now we're doing a lot of excluding today. So to exclude EROK and to exclude Repro on this, Hebot knows about this because this is what I used to tell Hebot. When I came into the game industry, the most popular console at that time was the Atari. And excuse if there's any bouncing people, because you know Reaper's on the phone. Yeah, what's up?
I'm not on the phone.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Hebot?
Not to cut you off or interrupt you. I gotta go to work, so I'm gonna see if I can get into my phone and see how that sounds. While I'm in the car. If it doesn't sound so good, then I'll get off and I'll wait till I come back.
No problem, but you said, but Hebot, you killed it, man. So regardless of anything happens, thank you for coming in. If anything happens, but if you come back and everything's good, we're good.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, big dog. Come on back. Okay. What it is I never been a part of the most popular console. What I've been a part of is the best console. And I've known throughout my lifetime that the best console has never been the most popular. Well, what do you mean, legal? Okay. I had the Intellivision when the most popular, console, and this is what people don't understand. It was just Atari, right, EROK? It was just Atari.
Yeah.
When the Intellivision came out, it was the better console. You can go and look this stuff up, man. Go on YouTube, look it up. Your eyes don't deceive you. Which made Atari have to upgrade. That's why you got the 2600, which most people know of. They don't really remember the original Atari. They started the Atari 2600. Well, the reason why 2600 even existed was because of this non-popular console called Intellivision. It was spanking it out the frame. While y'all were running around with dots on your screen, Intellivision actually had some graphics. People actually look like people. So when the 2600 came out, Intellivision upgraded to Intellivision 2, but then there was a console that came out that destroyed Atari. It was called what? Coleco. Coleco came out. Now, Intellivision still had the library. It still had the library. But what made Coleco so good, it was universal, remember? It was universal. And the Super Arcade console was like that, which was hidden the television, but it was the Eastern console for television. The Western was called a television. So I had it all. I didn't have to upgrade. Hear what I'm saying, people? I didn't have to upgrade because I was like, yo, I can take all these games, the Atari television games, I was plugging them in, playing them. So there was another gap of years where Dorian never had to upgrade. I'm sitting here just playing my games. Now the Nintendo came in. Now I know y'all want to know. I know you had a Nintendo. I didn't. I played Mario. No, don't get me wrong. And here's the reason. Y'all know the culture. My friends had it. So I was like, you know what? I like Mario and all. It's easy, it's fun. I'm jumping up on things. I'm breaking bricks. But you gotta understand something. I came from the arcades. So even though my friends had Mario and all of that, I was really into wasting my quarters on Ultra Beast, Shinobi, Outrun. I was like Thunderblade. I was on those games. So I was sitting here, I was playing Nintendo, but Nintendo was pacifying me. But then when Sega Master System came out, and the first game, because remember, most people think it was Sonic. It wasn't. It was Ultra Beast.
That's right.
When that Ultra Beast came out, dude, I lost my mind, EROK. I lost it. I begged my mom, I begged my dad, and EROK, during that time, you didn't ask for stuff like that. It was too expensive. So I was getting my head smacked upside my head, all kinds of stuff. Boy, what's wrong with you asking for a video game console right now? So I had to wait. When that year of Sonic coming out, when they finally made that deal with Sonic to be a free game, I begged my mom, right? Ended up getting it. Okay, ended up getting it. And didn't know by the next spring, Shinobi would come on it. So I had to go back, holler at some people from school to get the Ultra Beast. That's what we did. Traded some games, got it. I was playing it. Because I missed out on that one, right? Beat Sonic. And then I begged on my birthday for Shinobi. Didn't think I was going to ever get it. That was the first game my mother actually got me. I begged for it. And when I played that dude, when Shinobi came over to Sega, all my Nintendo fans were at my house playing it. They were no longer into Mario Brothers no more. They wanted to play that Shinobi, bro. And I was the rebel on my neighborhood. I was the only dude on my neighborhood that didn't have a Nintendo. And that's the way it was with me. So when Sony came out, same thing. Yes, now I will say this. Yes, the PlayStation 1 was the better console at that time. It was. I mean, that's no denying it. But it has some bangers. The thing was, I just wasn't sold on it, man. For some reason, because hey, the Super Nintendo to me was better. It had more games. It was just more relative. And I hung out with that. Then I hung out with my Genesis. Right, I hung out with my Genesis all the way up to 96. And then that's when I got fed up. I was like, yo, I'm going back to the arcades because I saw the silliness then. And I went back to the arcades and we actually rebuilt it where I was from. We brought the arcades back. People started enjoying it again. We had massive tournaments, all that stuff. And then that's when the PlayStation 2 was out. I started playing. It was like, yo, PlayStation 2 is pretty dope. Because like EROK said, it was the first multimedia console. You can't diss it. You don't have to like it, but you can't diss it, man. I mean, you cannot diss that one. Right.
But also you can't stay beholden. I'm the kind of dude, just me personally, I'm not going to stay beholden to a brand because I grew up with it or it was a shit from when I was in my 20s. Like if somebody else come out with some hotter shit, I'm going. That's where I'm going.
See where it's at. Exactly. See what's going on.
And for some of us, it's smarter. Xbox had the hotter shit the last couple of years. This is what it is.
Right.
It don't matter what the media say or what the sales say. Like you know what's up, but that's a whole nother conversation. We gotta let TV forget.
Yeah, TV forget in.
But before we get to TV, man, you put up a television, man. That's listen. For those of you who don't know, you young bucks, he went back to the Wild Wild West with that shit.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Atari was the affordable console.
That's right, bro.
But in television,
it was up there.
No,
it was 600, bro, back then. My dad was in the Air Force. Yup. He bought that bad boy back then. Right.
And
600 bones, bro.
On being the high-end experience.
Yep.
Better sports games, a better baseball game. In fact, they had this uppity white dude named George Plimpton.
That was their talksman.
Intelligent television.
Oh, now before we let T Reaper talk, T Reaper, you good, fam. We're gonna let you get in this. You know what, E-Rock, bro? You just sparked something. Wow, dude. Do you remember? What was it? Gameplay or something like that? It was something like that. Play something. Dude, do you realize? And I'm gonna look this up because I got something to do, and I think I'm gonna make y'all proud. I'm gonna do something. You just started something, E-Rock, but I'm gonna say this. I can't remember the actual name of it, but it was called Play Something, right?
Okay.
And it was the very first Game Pass. That dude that you're talking about, he got dissed by this other dude. It's commercial. Go check it out on YouTube.
Okay.
Please do, y'all. Go look it up because I'm not lying. But everybody that thinks Game Pass is something new, bro, it's not. They had that back then. I think it was like, because television was causing an earthquake in the gaming industry. It came out of nowhere. And like you said, dude, they had that famous guy as its advertiser. It was always showing you the difference between it and Nintendo. And then this other guy came up one day and had a commercial. And he was like, yo, you buy this, you get 25 games for like $12 a month. That was Game Pass.
It was just too high and too ahead of his curve.
That's right. And nobody, that's why you don't hear about it. That's exactly right.
Ironically, in television 2 outlasted ColecoVision.
It did.
That shit was that shit was like hot for a second.
It was hot for a second. It was strong. Yeah, it went strong. That's right.
We going too far. We going too far
No,
back in the
no, you're right. All right. T Reaper, start talking, bro.
Nah, I'm not lost yet because I know what you're talking about.
Right, but EROK, you're right. It had a strong presence. But when Nintendo came, it killed it. It was moving, it was going, and then Nintendo came, and that was the end of it.
Yeah.
That's right, brother. That's right. But no, T Reaper, come on in here, brother. Get here. I got another third mic for you. Here's the mic, brother. And man, do your thing, T Reaper. We glad to have you, man.
I don't really like. I'm kind of quite prideful that I, turned out to be right practically 98% of the time. Even if it takes about 3 to 4 years to really see that I was right.
Right. No doubt. It feels good right now, y'all. But T Reaper, elaborate on your rightness. Let folks know what you was right about. Talk.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I like what Phil decided to do, and I like the whole concept of where he's choosing to go. But a lot of people just it's all fanboyism and it's all corporate slavery and it's all like, oh, but it has this VR or it has this game or it has this, and then meanwhile you have wonderful idiots like Crap Gamer who probably do not actually know why they even own the device in the first place, or don't even understand what the value of each device gives to the consumer. Which is kind of why xCloud coming up is going to be massively funny. Because now, not only do the millennials have their own portable that isn't an actual handheld, it's your actual phone.
Wow.
So, but then, then they have to figure out the 5G issue, they have to figure out the battery issue, because, wonderful consoles don't exist on batteries, they exist on electricity. But at the same time, I think that a lot of people just don't understand the option of choice. What's wrong with choice? Can someone explain that? What is wrong with the concept of choice? I don't understand.
I'm with you.
I'm with you. Interrupting you, dude, but fucking hand clap.
Let's get a hand clap. Let's get a hand clap for him, bro. Let's get a hand clap for him. He rocks some phone.
I don't understand what the issue is with choice. I mean, no one gives a damn about society's choice in any other area except gaming. It's just like, if you want to get a job on the side street, you can go get a job on the side street. You want to
Reaper,
go to
we
the
know
mall
why.
and
we know why. And I'm gonna throw this right back to T Reaper so we can finish. But what happened was, T Reaper, remember, your generation, right? That late 80s, early 90s generation right there. Okay? You're still part of me and EROK's generation. You're just in that last 10 year to 11 year gap, right?
I'm that tail end.
You're the tail end of our generation, exactly. Now what EROK said earlier, remember everybody, if you wasn't listening, go back and listen to what EROK was saying earlier before he started talking. He said something. We didn't get fooled by Sony's BS. And what did he say? Believe half of what you see and half of what you hear. This is the reason I didn't fall for the PlayStation 1, because EROK, there was things that Sony was doing by wanting to kill off Mario that really got me. That's what got me. I was going to get a PlayStation, but then Sony was like, yo, we're here to destroy Nintendo. We're going to have characters that are going to defeat Mario. And I'm saying to myself, now, why would anybody want to destroy Mario or kill off another brand simply because they just want to? There wasn't no console war.
Story.
Right, because that's a whole nother story. And the reason why I'm saying this, because there wasn't no console war between Sony and Nintendo, because there was no Sony console out when Sony was talking like this. But you got to go back, like EROK said, you got to go do your studies to understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but it was also because Sony, Nintendo basically started off with their Super Nintendos and their and their regular Nintendo, and then they migrated to handheld with the DS, and that's basically where they basically found success. It took them a while to get there. It took them a while to get there, but they finally they dominated Japan with the handheld. Nothing beats their handhelds. And then to counteract that, you really have to put the new generation of gaming on an actual accessible portable access point. But then people were like, oh, people don't because the issue is not everybody on this planet has internet, and not all of countries have access to it. So what's the happy medium? And since everybody on this planet has phones, there's your happy medium.
Now watch this. Now hold on. The reason that they act this way, people, is because that gap generation Sony knew. And so they went after that gap generation. They did not put that console out for EROK and I. That Sony, the PlayStation 1 was not for us. It was for the 7-year-olds of our generation. And when they got it, they understood that if we beat these kids down mentally, people, mentally, this is why you got to understand their mindset. If we show them that you can't get no other games like this, eliminating what T Reaper's saying, options. Why come you can't just put games out and all these consoles use it and go to this real console war about who makes the better console to play these games? See, that's the era me and EROK come from. We didn't hate Atari. We didn't hate ColecoVision. We didn't hate Intellivision. We didn't hate the Odyssey. Or we didn't hate, am I missing any other console? The whatever was out there, right? We didn't hate it. We had options. And so when we looked at all these consoles, we picked the one, you know, I'm just saying, in quotation marks. We picked the one, there you go, that played that game. Now, later on in the generations, you really started to see the split between, it really happened with Nintendo. Here's where the game started splitting. Double Dragon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Mortal Kombat. Those 3 games showed who was who. And Sega won that war. Because when Nintendo couldn't play those games that are really co-op games, they couldn't give you that co-op experience, that's when people started to say, you know what, man, damn, Sega giving us what these games are really supposed to feel like. And the shift started happening. But see, nobody was like, well, screw Nintendo. What Sega was doing was proving the kind of technology they had. That's the console war. It's not about what people say the console war is today. That's from the feeble-minded, second-generational Sony fans that are brainwashed into thinking that a console exclusiveness to a specific console makes it better. That's not what makes it better, people.
No,
That's not even a
each
console.
individual gamer
That's
sees
right.
fit.
It's the experience of what console is of what kind of console is bringing to you. This is why the new Xbox is such a big deal, because it's not about it's powerful, it's the most fastest. This is not what made the X, the Xbox One X, so
it's
special.
something that hasn't been
It's
done
what
before,
it was.
so it's brand new.
Right. It's what it's bringing to you. The X went back to the core of what a console war is really about. You can't find another console market that can do what the Xbox One X is doing. That's a console war. That's what it is. It's the capabilities. All right, now back to you, T Reaper. I just wanted to make that clear. And EROK, you sparked that. I think I'm gonna do a show about it. Go back.
Then the other, the big conundrum is, and you see this a lot, in the upcoming generation that is now, dominating, everything, is that no one really understands what each platform is really catering to, in a demographic sense. So, and because this entire planet is, filled with different human beings that like different, situations, a lot of people don't really remember that, Xbox was after, wonderful Dreamcast, it was the only platform that could basically differentiate, the Sony and Nintendo concept of exclusives to, and Sony's PlayStation's, massively, over exaggerated, bloody and gory story games to a happy medium to where we just really just wanted to be in a social aspect to kill each other.
Right.
So it's like, but it's, that's why it was always the hardcore console. It had nothing to do with story. It had nothing to do with design. It had to do with the community that we all belong to and have belonged to for pretty much almost 20 years. So it's like,
Right.
but, it took them a while to get there because everybody, you have cultures around this planet that, react differently to different, topics. And now, with humankind becoming so snowflakey, it's not even funny. Now, like, both designers and, game studios have to really, accommodate to the politics of today, which is basically killing their art form, which is not really fair.
Right.
You just said a mouthful.
He said it. Yeah, that's
about
what it
that
is.
because I remember, like I said before, about how all of us gamers, we migrated from console to console to console to console until we found, no matter if the console lasted for a couple of years like Dreamcast, or there's some folks even out there that had the short-lived Atari Jaguar. We just migrated from console to console to console. But I left PlayStation 2 at the height of their power.
Right.
2000, I think 2005, 2004, 2005, actually gave my PlayStation 2, my coveted PS2, I gave it to like my best buddy's son. I
Right.
said, here man, you take this, because
Right.
in 2002 I kind of saw that
Yo.
Xbox was
Gotcha.
doing something
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
That thing that T Reaper just said about, I said, yo, what is this Xbox Live? You mean to tell me that gamers are online playing each other?
Right.
And so that intrigued me. And what also intrigued me was the fact that this console that came out of nowhere, that me and a friend of mine was in a car riding back from a computer store called Micro Center, because back then you actually took your computer to go get it fixed at a computer store. We was riding back from the computer store,
Yeah.
and
Got you,
and
E-Rock.
my boy Jeremy
E-Bot's in
was
his
like,
truck riding. Keep talking, E-Rock. He's riding. If you're
my
hearing
boy,
stuff, it's
my,
just live here. We don't care, man. Go ahead, E-Rock.
my boy was like, well, you know, I don't know what Bill Gates is doing. I think
Right.
Xbox is going to fail. But like, I saw something in 2002. I said, you know what? I'm about to leave the most popular console in the world. Everybody got a PlayStation 2, but Xbox is over there doing something. I'm interested in that. Like, I'm interested in the fact that, like, their console comes with a hard drive. Their
Right.
console is hardwired for broadband. It was something else going on over there. And what TV touched on was like, what made those early days of Xbox interesting was that it was so few of us.
Mm-hmm.
There was no casuals, and if you were bought an Xbox,
You was a
either
rebel.
were hardcore
You was a
gamer,
rebel, brother.
or
That's
you
right.
had big ass hands.
That's right.
You had
You was a
big ass
rebel.
hands.
Yep.
You had big ass meat beaters for hands. Cause that first could so like there was something going on over there.
That's right.
Because PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2, the PlayStation legacy was not built on bangers like everybody thinks.
Right.
It was built on the aura of invincibility that the Japanese developers had.
Right.
It was built on the aura of invincibility that the Japanese gaming community had. But when Xbox came and we started seeing Fable and Knights of the Old Republic,
Right.
and really the popularity of Grand Theft Auto and Star Wars Knights of the
deluxe
Republic
edition.
and
Yup.
BioWare, these developers, these
Hold on,
American
Heba.
developers was saying, no, we started gaming and we taking it back.
Right.
That's what Xbox was about.
That's right.
And
It
so
was
a lot
statement.
of these PlayStation guys, they still, like I said, they never got off of that hamster wheel.
No.
They never got off that bus. They still on that bus believing that the Japanese are superior.
Right.
When American development, they took gaming back. They took gaming back, man.
Right.
Gaming belongs to American and British development now. Every Japanese game I bought in the last 2 years, Jump Force, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I'm sorry, them games was fucking garbage. I'm sorry, they just were. Those games are fucking garbage. But you play the American and British developed games like A Plague's Tale or Gears of War.
Right.
Them things is fucking incredible.
Right.
They're incredible.
Right.
So when T Reaper touched on that, like the Xbox community was smaller. It was about a sense of playing with each other, and that gaming was a bigger community than what the Japanese was presenting, which was the single player experience and this aura of the Japanese gaming is better, which we now know it's not, because here it is in 2019, and y'all still trying to pass off garbage as something great.
Right.
So, it is what it is, but I move into this next generation confident that the American development communities and the British development communities have shown us the way, which is why you got games like Senua, Hellblade 2 looking the way it looks, and you got shit like Death Stranding where this dude's walking around with a UPS box on his back delivering a baby, and you got Naked Man taking a shower.
Right. You piss on the ground and
when
mushrooms grow. Right.
When are y'all going to get off that fucking hamster wheel?
Right.
That's all I'm saying. But T Reaper, he touched on something, man. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
How much can I chime in?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead.
Right after EROK. Chime in to add. What happened on Xbox was first coming into scene. Me myself, I was like Microsoft console space. I don't know.
We all said it.
There's always been a song. Yeah, right. So we were really doubtful. But does. Little did we realize the type of relationship established with a company like Sega, right? Era that we didn't even realize.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because it had Windows CE built, first console with built-in,
Mm-hmm.
and what we didn't broader thing, right? Because Xbox the division was looked at as intruders.
Yeah, and they had to they had to build the brand to where it was basically,
They were looked
you
at
know,
as intruders. We don't want. And Seamus done a lot of different interviews. People even today. That's out there. There's a lot of. But what we didn't know, coming fruition as it unfolded, okay, that Microsoft was the change or evolution at a time when
Yes.
right, or at a time good as the experience had during this era, the Ape era, really delivering that experience as far as the chip experiences with games, because PlayStation 1 and even 2,
Right.
No.
okay, you have it.
well, I think that just has to do with the time that has passed and
Yeah,
and technology advancements.
Or good because but the transitioning of the gameplay, the mechanics, they were really
No, well, like you look back in time at all the graphics that was like, yeah,
really did the
yeah, and then with the N64, you had GoldenEye, and then Halo basically, and Quake basically, adapted to what GoldenEye basically came to the table.
Right.
buddy was too slow. What the game felt right.
Yeah,
The exception of Sega Saturn that were available. That
That's fact.
well,
Fact.
yeah, but then the 3D market also was a big push forward after the side-scrolling advancement that was basically there in the 80s and 90s.
Right.
So once you got once you had the 3D aspect in it, and then you had the FPS, then everything just went forward.
well, that's what I'm trying to. It really became
Right.
Yeah.
kind of in the 3D realm. Pro perform
Right. Right.
era. You understand?
And
Yeah,
for
yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm
and for those that are wondering why I've stopped playing, I'm tired of dying over and over again. This game is blasphemy, and I hate when I die over and over
It's
again.
hard.
Yeah, and then you're looking at me, and all you see me dying. So as an old school gamer, it pisses me off. And and all my root gamers know it. When we die too much, it pisses us off. So I'm chilling and just enjoy the show. There's nothing wrong, no technical difficulties. I'm just pissed off right now, and I gotta figure out what to do.
So when the conference were all doubtful,
Right, right, right,
but what drove more in his statement
right. That's facts. That's facts. Right.
Sega,
Right.
the Xbox.
Yep.
Now hold that. Now hold that, Chris. Hold that, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
He is exactly right for me. Okay? Because when I saw what I already knew was going to happen to Dreamcast, I wanted to rebel. And they know how I rebelled. They know how I rebelled. I rebelled by going to the arcades. Okay? But what brought me out was when I heard some Sega games was coming back out, and they were coming back out on this Xbox. I too was like, whoa, wait a minute. And so I was working and moving. Yeah, don't worry about it, Ram. We're having difficulties. I understand. But don't worry about it, okay? What happened was, it's He-Bot. He's out riding around. Bro, it's just gangster here, man. Just don't worry about it, fam. We just, look. This is what we do, man. It's the love of it all, right? But I was waiting like that too, He-Bot. But what made me rebel? I went and got that Grand Theft Auto Deluxe Edition. I went and got Halo Combat Evolved. And the reason I got Halo Combat Evolved is the same reasons why I bought Sega. They made games that you never heard of. I don't like playing. There you go. I like playing games that are going to give me an idea of what am I playing it for? The curiosity.
Yeah, the curiosity.
Right. Right.
Because they even had their own sports games. Remember? FLV.
That's right. Right. The 2K series came off of Xbox. We wouldn't even have 2K if it wasn't for Xbox.
Oh, it started on the Dream?
That's facts. That's facts.
It was all new.
Right. Right. Right.
But little did we know.
Right. Right. Right.
Where it made it. Then a PC.
Right. And shout outs to GoldenEye. Shout outs to GoldenEye. We ain't forgot about you, GoldenEye. You know? Go ahead, Reba.
Right.
That's right.
But
It was, yeah,
right.
It felt totally different.
Yeah.
It felt
totally
different.
That's right. It's the control. That's right. That's right. Right. The discovery. That's facts.
The discovery of.
Right. Right. Yo. We didn't have to go buy storage cards. Yeah. I was rebelling. Can you imagine me in the streets rebelling? Look at you. Yeah. I was smashing people. You stupid idiots. You paying for storage cards. Get out of my face. I'm not buying $25 for that. $25 for a damn storage card.
Yeah, but then people.
Right.
That was the big PS2 selling point.
Right.
Though,
that was the seller. It had nothing to do with games. Listen to He-Bot. their fight had nothing to do with games. That's a fact. Right. 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 You just had to buy it. Yes, that's true. That's right. That's all. That was it. Yeah, that's all. But because Microsoft didn't. Right. Because Microsoft. Exactly. Right. And here it goes back to the personality of Microsoft. Because Microsoft was already a giant, they don't act like they're a giant. They could have. Don't get us wrong. They should have put out more information and said, hey, look, you can watch TVs too. I mean, you can watch DVDs too, movies too. Just buy the controller. But the thing about it was, that wasn't their force. Their force was play these damn games.
Their force was to have.
Right. That's it. From day one. That's right. From day one. That's right.
Yeah. So to end.
You good?
When original, right?
Mm-hmm.
We did didn't
Right.
invigorated
Right.
as far as you like hard, like the so it's the game. They to this day people are still trying. And so a very pivotal
Pivotal. Yeah.
pivotal,
Pivotal. Yeah.
his thing,
Mhm.
believe it or not, with
Right.
there
Right.
were there were
Right.
like hell no,
Right.
give it a try.
Right.
And when you saw the
When you can actually read the damn things on the sign on Grand Theft Auto 3, you can actually read the shit.
right between
A wheel. Right. Yeah.
like wait, yeah, this is
Yup.
something here. And the crazy taxi fees.
That's right. That's right. All those arcade games and the live, bringing people together. Yup. Yup. Mhm. Mhm. Bottom line. Period.
Bottom line.
So don't come at us. Don't come at the originators about power and resolution. We've been there. We just wanted Microsoft to be great. I mean, for the Xbox brand that we knew it could be great for. That's the reason we stood with it. It ain't got nothing to do with, oh, you guys didn't have games. You didn't. We know the capabilities that it could bring. What's up? What's up, man?
The key word, discovery.
That's right. We exactly.
Once we got that,
Right.
what was common
Right.
at the time, then and placed
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
And they just had
That's right.
beat everybody to the dominate that whole.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So
That's right.
so for those who try to launch was nothing important, you gotta really look back what you're saying. Think thoroughly how it for game that starting to break
Right. Right.
in the bowl of with streaming, with quality things of that nature, high quality performance. You know what I'm saying? With all different developers, where it made the indie space.
Right.
So,
Right. Bear with Hebot. I know he's choppy. Just bear with him. He's just we hear him and that's what we're recording, people. Don't let it get to you. He's talking some magic. And we will touch on this subject again. Don't worry. Go ahead, Hebot.
You got it.
Go ahead, Hebot. Right.
As gamer,
Right.
because it changed
Right. Right.
the
Right.
world.
That's right.
That's
Right.
what the
Right. That's right.
Shit.
Hebot was basically saying that everything that Microsoft, in a nutshell, everything that Microsoft was doing with Xbox was to make gaming better. Thank you, Dr. Thrift. Hey, Dr. Thrift, and if you haven't followed me, please do, bro. This is a follow channel. We tend to come on here. We play these games. This is my boys, man. I've been traveling. I've been away, and this show was dedicated just for the great talks. Sorry if things haven't went the way we wanted, because people are actually, we got lives, right? But that doesn't stop our love. We got people in cars. We got people taking care of their mothers. We got people raising kids. Bro, these are my people, man. And these are my people, bro. And the Xbox community is the best community that I love because it's giving me the most respect. It actually catapulted my gaming. The Xbox Live community catapulted my gaming. This is facts. I don't go nowhere because it reminds me of the arcade. When you was in the arcade, you had people talking smack behind your back. You learned how to perform with all that talking. So when I was on the 360, man, you heard everybody calling you anything, talking about your mama, everybody, your pets. You had to perform. The Xbox community, it's not for. That's right. It's not a community built for suckers. Or if you're a coward, you can't come here. Don't come here. But today, you can come with roses and rainbows. You can come with your gnats and your flies, and you can be good here because now we're muted. It's not as tough as it used to be, but we matured as gamers, and it's okay. We can still talk smack. We just got to text it to you. But that's just the way it is because the generations have changed. You have too many suckers now, too many whiners and sensitive people. So, it's okay. It's good, My thing is this.
I mean,
I'm gaming, so I'm not worrying about how you feel. I'm gaming, and it's still good. I still love the Xbox community. But thank you, Dr. Thrift, for saying great stuff, guys. He said that, and I just want to say thank you. And if we were choppy, if we're bouncy, we apologize. Sometimes our shows go real great. Sometimes they don't due to the time of day, Mixer's not perfect. We understand different headsets, but that's not going to stop our love from coming out here talking about some things. PlayStation 5, you're slipping on your exclusivity because the reason why you catching the smoke is because your community has lived and died by all this exclusive talk. You haven't lived by gaming. Look, Dr. Thrift said, best Metroidvania I played in the past year. Kills Bloodstain Ritual. That's right. This one's good. Blasphemy's good. 8-bit NES games for me and any kids that played wasn't hard. In fact, NES games were pretty generous when it came to the ones that the arcade version. Amen, brother. Trying to make it through a 1 minute with needing another quarter. That's where we come from. That's exactly right. We stretched that quarter just to play for 1 minute. The gratification of playing that game. If we could last on an arcade game for 5 minutes, bro, you was considered an elite gamer. You stayed right there. Oh, my goodness. You left and came back and the dude was still there. You praised him. He got respect in the streets because gaming was in the streets, just like my man Dr. Thrift said. It started in the streets like basketball. Miss Pac-Man, yep, only game I could play for a good time with 1 quarter. That's right. The game that I hated, bro, was Galaga and Centipede. You just knew your days were limited. You knew it was limited. But, Hebot sounds like he's in a centrifuge. Yeah, Hebot's riding around. God bless him. He's dropping off kids. He's picking up people. But, man, I told him to come back in if he wanted to. But earlier, Hebot wasn't like that. He was in here, and he put out some jewels. But we mess with him all the time. But Hebot's on the move all the time a lot. But we thank you, people like you, Ramp, who are just generous enough to come in here and put up with it and understand our love. Because, we put out videos before, and it's crystal clear. This is like I said, this is something I wanted to do with my people, my homeboys. I had EROK up in here. I had my man Hebot up in here, T-Reaper up in here. And I wanted to give them the shots because I got that news, and I was like, yo, it's time to put the DX men up in here. And let's rock out, and like Hebot would say, let's rock out. And I'm like, yo, let's wild out. However else you act a fool, we want to act a fool, whatever your terminology is for it. And we wanted to do it for the Xbox community because, listen, there's nothing wrong with being an Xbox fan. That's right, Ramp. Love for the love. There's nothing wrong with being an Xbox fan because, like Hebot touched on, if you are a true Xbox fan, we know your roots. We know where you come from. You come from that rebellious group of people who decided to do something different because everybody, like my man Dr. Thrift said, you wanted to get away from that casual feel. All the other consoles gave you that casual feel. That's why I ran with Sega. Sega games were harder. They were just harder. Right. Right. That's it. Right. 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 It gets boring. It gets boring. Yes. Right. Right. Yes. Right. 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 You are exactly right, Heba, because before I ventured out into open world gaming, I was single playing nut, and Gears kind of took me into the multiplayer world. But my very first, and I'll never regret making this decision. It was 2014, and the very first open world game I decided to play was The Witcher 3. And man, when I got into that game, I couldn't believe what I was missing. And I loved it. And I played it all the way to the end and I beat it. And it made me respect open world gaming until I went over to Shadow of Mordor. Started playing that one and beat it. And I was like, man. And the game, and I'm going to tell y'all, when I went over to Assassin's Creed Origins, blew me away. The history of the Egyptians and the Grecians and the Romans empires, all that good old history. I fell in love with it, and then I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Fell in love with it about the Greek culture, and it was just crazy, man. Now I have a whole new profound respect for open world gaming when I used to not, but I do now, and I look for that kind of feel. Y'all see what I'm saying? Like if I tend to drift over to that way, I look for that certain type of thrill, that certain type of push, because those type of games set the bar. I mean, if it wasn't for Witcher 3, man, you wouldn't have those games looking like that. Witcher 3 set the bar for this generation. It did. You can see its influence in all the other ones. You see it. It's right there. And I have
And
nothing
Mr.
but respect.
Superman did a wonderful job.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And this project, this Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be historical because Project CD Red, they know where they're going. They know that they're about to set the bar again with that city, the way the city looks, the way the streets are going to look, the way those cars are going to look. Never before done in gaming, and they know they're about to do it again. And I got you, Dr. Thrift. Right back at you right now. Thank you for the follow, man. Oh, you already here. You already here, bro. So appreciate you. Yeah, I already followed you. That's crazy. I was already a follower of you, man. Yeah, I'm waiting on Cyberpunk 2077, and I might just buy that ultimate, the artwork. I don't know, man. It's like $300, but man, have you seen it? It's ridiculous, man. And that's another reason why I like GameStop. I know GameStop has its perks, but without places like that, you don't get those type of things, those memorabilias. We as gamers have to take care of our culture as a whole. Don't let yourself think that just because something's not provided for you that it should be going away. Because we don't, as a single person, I don't make up the gaming community. The gaming community is not a singular aspect. Nor was it built on that. Pong was always two players. Pong, the very first successful console gaming was about two players, bro. And gaming, that's why it's an ing. Gaming is an action, and the essence of that is community, culture. It's the arcade. You never went into an arcade and there was only one machine there. So now it wouldn't be a arcade. It's just some gaming machine. That's what you would say. Oh, look at that gaming machine. But arcade means that it had multiple arcade machines in there, and multiple people could go in there and when you did that, you created a dungeon, you created community, you created fun, you created atmosphere.
Yeah.
And that's what gaming is about.
And everybody also has to realize and remember that, the arcades is where this like, community PvP concept, that's where this was all
it's all
created.
birthed
But then
from.
the problem with that was that those arcades were draining society dry because the people would just, treat it like a gamble addiction, which is kind of one of the reasons now that the wonderful gaming industry is trying to have a workaround for that, because, and that's what microtransaction is called. But like the annoying thing is like that's where it all stemmed from. But then people were like, well, we got to get people off the streets because, you know, like I don't know if anybody remembers, but if you like tried to play someone on a Street Fighter in the middle of an arcade and you won and the guy got pissed off, he would just bitch slap you.
Because gang, right? Then you got the gangs, you had the bad aspects of it. You had gangs that were coming in there. He's right, and it was the bad atmosphere is what made people want to push into the consoles, keep you at home. And these are facts. These are truths.
But
it had its good parts, it had its bad parts.
Yeah, but then you fast forward like about a decade later and you have Xbox Live. Now, this is one of my most favorite memories of all time. I loved when I was 12 years old. Halo 2 had just launched. Xbox Live's, opening weekend. My father had just gotten our family tag that still exists to this day. But I would be like in team death matches, or I'd be in like legitly PvP matches on Halo 2, and on the other side there'd be all Japanese, wonderful players, and they'd all be speaking in their wonderful native tongues. We'd be speaking in English, and it would just be, trash talking heaven on earth. But the other side would not understand a word you would say.
That's right.
So, that's kind of why everybody, now in the community is now talking about safe spaces and all that stuff. But that's really what the online virtual reality is really for. It's for a safe space for everybody who cannot go outside but still wishes to socialize. But now you have a problem with the internet and social media everywhere, because now kids will play their classmates in Fortnite and then in the middle of lunch hour get their ass kicked because they won.
That's right, Ram. Yeah, that's right, man.
So
you're right on it. It's
so
just
it doesn't really solve your problem, but it's just like, you just create another problem in its place.
Right, because it's just part of it, and people don't want to accept that. That's just the part of gaming community, man. It's a competitive, like you said, it's a competitive heart. Now, for us to evolve it and for it to get better, which that's the whole point of life, right? To get better, we have to learn how to be competitive but also show respect. And there's a way of doing that. And that's what Phil Spencer has been trying to do. He's been saying, "Listen, I'm not going to suspend."
That is what Phil believes in, and I'll support that because that's about being mature.
All the way. Exactly. It's all about maturity.
But
you're not going to get kicked off a line by calling somebody trash or calling somebody, "Oh, you suck." That ain't going to get you kicked off. You start talking about somebody's ethnic background or their parents or their mothers, and you just talk about you're going to kill somebody on Xbox. Yeah, you're going to get kicked out. Those things you can't do anymore, because when you're getting too personal, you lost your sense of competitiveness, and now you're making things personal, which gaming has never been personal. It's a sport. It's finally gotten recognized for what it is. It's a sport. And with every sport, right, T. Reaper, there's a thing called what? Sportsmanship.
There's sportsmanship, there's honor, there's,
Is he gonna outlaw teabagging? Y'all stupid. No, that's the Halo community.
I know
man.
Bungie I know 343 already did that.
Oh, really?
You can actually get banned if you actually do that now. Be careful.
Really?
So people will report you if you teabag them. Yeah, you got to be wicked careful now.
He said he should. I guess you're right, man. Well, see that to me, that's overboard. That's just, to me, that's my opinion, because there's no words being done there.
Exactly.
Man,
but then but that was kind of like that was kind of
that was your statement. That's right.
Yeah, that was the millennial symbol of FU in a gaming situation. And Halo actually invented that concept.
That's right.
Which was kind of humorously funny.
Yeah, that's facts, man. That came out of that community, That came out of that community.
But I want Phil to really, and it sounds like they're already doing this. I want families to have parental hour control, because you have an issue now that is not really going to go away, especially if Fortnite and Apex keep going forward the way that they choose to do.
Right.
So you have an annoying issue where children just won't get off your screen no more, and it's not even to the extent to where I did it, to where you really couldn't control it. Now it's in masses.
Well, I'll put it this, that's not a video game problem. That's a parental problem. Here's my suggestion to that. Parents, raise your kids, man. Take time. Look, stop trying to get the corporate world to raise your kids, right? Stop looking at corporate society to say, hey, put a timer. Look, they've done everything they could. You have where your Xbox can shut off after 2-3 hours of play. You can do all this. You can request this type of stuff. If you can't, then there's other options. Okay, like actually tell your kid to get off the Xbox, go outside, play with them, throw a frisbee, throw a baseball, shoot some hoops with your kid, count with your kid, read with your kid, play some board. Hey, there's nothing wrong with playing board games with your child.
Right.
You know,
No, there's
but
not,
parents, please, for the love of mercy, right? For the love of mercy, I beg you, if I've ever talked bad towards you, parents, forgive me. From the darkest, deepest part of my soul, right? Raise your children. Raise them. Do not let video games raise your children, but raise them, love them. Show them that video games is just a hobby. It's just it's leisure time. It's a treat. Don't let gaming be your life. My children know they only gonna play their video game for so long. So if my son wants to get on his Xbox, guess what? He's got an hour. Hey, he got a little brother. Let him play. Because I make it a big deal when I say, hey, each one of y'all are gonna get an Xbox. I'm messing up. Because now they figure, well, we ain't got no limit now. I don't learn about sharing. I don't learn about time consumption. So when your kid is pounding because you're taking them off a video game, those are signals that there shouldn't be no reason why your child is angry because he's getting off his game. You should have instilled in him. It's time to come off.
But see, like back in the day, like these video games were like for parents were like a reason to basically, he can just sit in, on
They're
that
lazy.
television all
Yeah,
day.
I don't want to. Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
So we can go work our 9 to 5s, or we can basically go go out
It
to
can
eat, and they'll
babysit
just
for
be
him.
completely fine.
That's right.
Yeah. But then the problem is if you let the world babysit your child, that child is no longer your child in any shape or form.
Preach. That's exactly right. You give your child over to being taught by other things other than you. You're still the parent, but you no longer have the influence. You are no longer what we would call in our day growing up the guardian. That word doesn't even exist anymore.
Because you don't even understand what your child really does know inside that brain because it was taught by like massive people.
Right.
It also really doesn't help parent society now that, especially with the Gen X's and the baby boomer parents, like they can't really technologically see forward. Right. And that's kind of why the millennials are all special, because we can pretty much, the ones that are gifted can see 75 years forward into the future because we're the technical children.
Yeah, the technical children.
Yeah, and then our children are the social media children. But technically, even if the social media children do, eventually gain dominance, it's always going to be the millennials that go backwards because the millennials will understand everything forwards.
Right, and to you social media generations, please stop taking selfies. EROK, this is for you. Please, no, this is for EROK. I speak on behalf of EROK on this one. Please stop looking for the perfect lighting. Stop looking for the perfect angle. Stop snapping so much. Get out there and be happy that you are alive. Go love a loved one. Go help somebody in the world. Stop talking about it. Go learn how to be a human being. Okay? Your vanity, the world could care less about. Yeah, you got likes. Oh, you're somebody. Okay, well, what do you think is going to happen when you get older and the next attractive person comes around? They're not looking at you no more. Vanity only has a certain time limit. Learn how to be a human being. Stop snapping so much. Please, grow the hell up, society. Grow up. Grow up.
That shit.
Yeah, you
I didn't even know.
Right, you ladies.
I didn't even know
you
this.
ladies, be ladies.
I didn't even know this world had humans
right,
anymore.
Be ladies, because I've seen this, right? On behalf of EROK, I've seen this, right? I know people who get in depressions because they take a selfie and they don't get as many likes that they think they should get. They get depressed. I'm like, really? They made Snapchat,
well,
right?
This entire planet
they put
is pretty much depressed if you really think about it.
Now you got fillers. So if you think that you have any blemishes about you, you can fill them out. And you know what? You're cute. Put dog ears on you and a dog nose. That'll do it. Just, we'll do that just so it looks cute. But we know why you're doing it. You're doing it because deep down, honestly, you don't like who you are. Well, here we are as gamers going to tell you this, people. There is nothing wrong with you. We understand that type of stuff because we come from that generation where being a gamer, you was a geek, you was a nerd, you was lazy, you was a couch potato, and it was far from the truth. We were just people who had great hand and eye coordination. We were comic book fans who actually like to just see our things move on screen. We were movie fans who wanted to see the cartoonish aspect of seeing visual things move on screen. But the movie people, the comic book people, and the gaming people were all really kind of twined into each other because we have an imagination, you know? And when we grew up, we went out there and we played with sticks. Sticks were our swords and knives. Trees were our jungles. Creeks were our oceans, and the draining systems were our mysterious hideouts. You know, we had an imagination. The imagination is gone in this generation. Y'all want no imagination. You want too much reality. But guess what? The reality that you want is not even real reality. So they know that, and they came up with what? What's the word, y'all? Y'all know what the word is. It's all on TV. What do they make? Reality shows. So the reality shows are not reality shows. But that's what you like, and that becomes your reality. So no wonder we see you on Snapchat. We see you with all these selfies, and we see you with all this nonsense stuff. And y'all can't, and we have something that's beautiful, right? Like social media, and less truth gets put on social media. We literally took a platform that could be great for human beings to share and care about one another, to help build society up. We took it and we've made it the most toxic place to be in, the most dumbest place to be a part of. Right. While gaming is getting smarter. The thing that we just talked about, all that talking crazy last generation and all that, you can't do that anymore. Our gaming world, which was supposed to be geeky, you can't get girls. We're influencing movie makers. The movie industry and everybody now is looking at the gaming industry. The gaming industry.
Yeah.
Down the street, I got it, the biggest esports arena there is. When you go up in there, you meet some of the most nicest people all around the world. The gaming community is right. Go ahead, EROK. Go ahead. It's one of the most beautiful places to be a part of. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Chris. I'm sorry. I thought it was EROK.
Now, what I'm trying is now that same place that they used this entire generation, for example, and infused it as something very toxic or unhealthy or rude or rudimentary, right? Is now going to work against their favor because now that all those exploits are there, right? Once Microsoft, for example, in this case, since we're talking about gaming, does things that they were critical about the entire time on social, like all this, all that, or Microsoft did it. When they turn it all around the way they've been doing, and even further with next generation, that everything is more on obviously the positive side, then that exposes the very same people that were so vocal in a negative way, or that were so cancerous, right?
Right.
For gaming as a whole, in a negative way, because now they can't talk, because then it's just going to make them look even slower or stupid or uneducated. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
So that very platform that they try to use for their advantage to try to be all these negative things and be toxic is the very platform that's going to humiliate them and make them look dumb.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because they put themselves in that position. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just wanted to say that because of what you were
good
talking
stuff, y'all.
about.
Good stuff. So it went full circle, and I love it when the show go full circle. So we'll end it full circle. So with everything we've agreed on, we know that PlayStation not having exclusive at launch is nothing new. Hebot killed it with the detail of it. Going back to the origins of it, I didn't think he was, but he went to the origins and just slaughtered it. So there's no confusion on where we went. EROK slaughtered it coming out the beginning. T. Reaper slaughtered it talking about the early 90s. And I think we come full circle back up to now. So nobody here on this panel, nobody here on this show, nobody here that has a mic, right, in their hand is fooled by Sony not having what they consider exclusive launches. Now, here goes my prediction again. I told you guys that you guys are going to be force-fed VR games. I told you, keep thinking legal don't know what he's talking about. I've only been wrong a few times, okay? But the few times I've been wrong, I've been able to bounce back. But I bet you everything that VR is going to be the market pusher for the PlayStation 5 because they don't have no games. I already knew that. It wasn't going to happen. If they cannot, the force of the new Xbox forced Sony to put out The Last of Us 2. The momentum of Microsoft's Xbox brand is moving too fast now. It's a juggernaut. It's not slowing down. So the best option, because I've been waiting on The Last of Us 2. Sony almost fooled me, and I said, well, maybe they just might hold on to the last minute, which would have made sense for me. But then I thought about it, my panel. I thought about it. Well, damn, if they wait that long, it's obvious that Naughty Dog has been already working on this game. The problem is the game is on an old engine. It would have been too noticeable to put that game on PlayStation 5 looking the way it does. It looks like a 1080p PlayStation 4 game. And when you put your best, it's the best game I've ever played on PlayStation. You got that fan base coming with all of their tears and all of their emotions built up over this lesbian girl, right? You had this culture. This is facts, you know? And then you get Hellblade or Halo Infinite to smack it down? Sony knew not to play with Microsoft. So now you got your best game. See, you got your best game coming out late spring, which I called it. I predicted it. I made a video about it and I was right. I had to make the next video and say I was right. I told y'all it was going to be late spring. They stupid if they put that out early, late winter.
Go ahead, EROK.
No, EROK said I was right. No, he knows. I put it out there. I put the videos on Di-RREC Gaming. I told y'all. I rolled the dice. I said this game is going to come out late spring. They're going to drag it to the late. You know what? It's what EROK said. You got to listen to the words. It's spring. Okay? That's what they said first. Spring. But you got to understand, there's 3 months of spring. So you can't just say spring. What month of it? I said late month, May, late May. That's spring. So they did that so that the hype can last a little bit longer. It can go through the summer a little bit. But
yeah, they need something to fill in the gap. They need it.
Now listen to this, y'all. What did they say Ghost of Tsushima's coming out? Summer.
Next year, but it'll be a winter game. It'll be a winter game.
Watch this.
It'll be a winter game.
Summer could be June, July, late June, July, August, September, early September.
Early September.
That's right. So do you think that Ghost of Tsushima is going to come out right after The Last of Us 2? Hell no! That game is going to come out after E3 because it's going to try to. That's their last game to slow the momentum of Xbox, and it's going to fail. Sadly, Ghost of Tsushima is going to fail, bro, because it's a walkthrough game. It's going to bring the same exact aspect of Days Gone, of Dead Stranding. That's what it's going to give you, people. And they know that you like ninja games. They know that you like Shogun games. So the dude is a half ninja looking Shogun. Look at him. This is Ghost of Tsushima, man. And he looks like a freaking half ninja, half Shogun. Come on. Make your mind up. What is he? Is he going to be a damn samurai or is he going to be a ninja? He can't be the two because the cultures are different. But nah, not to you dummies. To you dummies, they know exactly what to do. Put a Shogun mask on, put a demon mask on him, and make him have ninja armor.
Gonna be in Channel 4?
It's hilarious, EROK. EROK, here's the mic, man.
Well, look.
Yeah, go ahead.
My brother Dorian.
What's up, brother?
If we can, I want to kind of change the
change
topic
it up.
and direct it more to Xbox. In a very good topic that EROK, right?
Mm-hmm.
He did a video on that he had of some concerns that he has. That was very, very insightful, and he had a lot of fantastic points.
Najura. I just had to laugh at that. Somebody on Mixer called it a Najura game.
Right. Well, EROK did he did a really good video based on his concerns that were very, really validated, and I will never disagree with my brother EROK because he's too intelligent and he brings too much.
We know
too
what
much
he
to
sees.
the table, okay?
Right. We know what he sees. We
And
can
I know his
understand
intent.
it. Right.
Plus, I know his intent is always
Right.
with the right mindset for not only himself but for gaming because he respects gaming. You see what I'm saying? But what I do want to do is kind of maybe bring up some topics that he might have not known about or help remind him of to alleviate some of his concern because to kind of give him and probably many others a relief and a sense of relief with the concern of the video he did.
Well,
Which
you
was
got me
about
curious now.
the
bro.
pricing. No, the pricing of the Xbox.
Oh, okay.
He hit a very good point saying that the pricing of the Xbox could break or make the Xbox Series X. Because if it's too expensive, like in this generation with the PS4, it will help PlayStation casuals, in this case, gravitate faster to where the console that is cheaper, which is a very valid point. But there's a lot of different stakes and different options in this time around that I want us to talk about all here in the panel to kind of have a conversation about EROK's video. Because I think after we talk about it and bring up some of the points, it might alleviate some of his concern and others. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I never seen it. I think it's dog crap. I never seen it.
Well, I don't. Well, I want to give him what. I'm glad he brought it up.
Right.
Is T Reaper still with us?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
All right, guys. Look. Here's my thoughts. I'm gonna try to make this quick because I got about an hour and 10 minutes left. So I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible.
Okay, brother.
All right, guys. It's like this. All right. Everybody in this room loves Xbox.
Right.
And if you don't know by now, even if you haven't seen my videos, I'm Xbox to the end. Because as far as I'm concerned, there's no console manufacturer in the next 20 years is going to come and offer anything better than what they're doing.
Right.
They have that console was made for me.
Right.
For my likes and for my taste in gaming. And as a consumer, to me, they're the most consumer-friendly brand in the history of gaming that don't get no credit for it.
Right. Don't get no credit. Yes, exactly.
What other company gives you the choices that we've always had in streaming and streaming in 4K and 4K video playback? What other company gives you $110 of free games each month? What other company gives you Xbox Game Pass where basically we were complaining on a podcast about 2 years ago that is no more demos. So Xbox Game Pass basically came and said, look, you could try before you buy. And when you try, as long as you keep your Xbox Live, the game is yours.
Yes.
So I've seen all these PlayStation dickheads. Well, you're just renting the game. No, you don't get it. The game is you're going to keep Xbox anyway. The game is yours, jackasses.
Right.
The game is yours. It's yours. That's why you download it to your hard drive. The game is yours.
Right.
Unless you drop Xbox Live. The lack of knowledge, lack of knowledge is baffling. Not just on the consumers, but the lack of knowledge is egregious on behalf of the people working at GameStop. Because as he alluded to, the customers are going into the stores not knowing what to buy. The people at GameStop do not know the differentiators as T Reaper so eloquently said that each console is for different people. They can't explain why you would want to switch or why you would want an Xbox.
Give the right information.
Or why you want to exactly. Now the Switch may not be my cup of tea, but it might be the cup of tea for somebody that's got a kid.
Right.
Yeah, they can't really say why it's for different people because then you get into then you go into segregation and then you go into like basically deciding to push out this demographic, push out this demographic, this is for this, this is for this.
The problem with something like GameStop is That is called GameStop. It's not called Sony Stop. It's
There
not
you
called
go.
Nintendo Stop. It's not called Xbox Stop. It's called
GameStop.
GameStop.
That's right.
And GameStop has lost their identity.
It's multi.
And
Right.
it's Sony and Nintendo Stop. You get what I'm trying to say?
He's right. He's right.
Well, yeah,
So-
well, you are right.
so
Because every GameStop I go into, it's all
98% of the
PlayStation
time when
ponies
people
or
come in
Nintendo
asking-
fans.
Go ahead, Eva.
The
Go
consumer,
ahead, Eva.
the consumer comes in because I'm gonna make a point here. The consumer, listen, guys, listen. We can sit here, and I love all of y'all. Okay, I love y'all, and I'm just
And we
saying
love
to-
you.
To know
You
T,
know
but I
that.
love him too. We can sit here and talk all of this shit we want all day, gassing up Xbox, but the consumers are idiots. I've seen it. The movie-going consumers are idiots. Listen. I'm subscribed to at least 9 channels of at least 45 dudes complaining about the new Star Wars movie, but yet they're gonna go give Disney the money this weekend. All right?
Yeah,
Now-
I'm gonna go
now-
see it.
now-
I'm gonna go see it on Christmas Eve. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
The average consumer does not know shit from Shylock. The average consumer is not going to go online and do the research.
Right.
The
I
average
don't-
consumer is not a root gamer like Hebot.
Right.
The average consumer goes into
Yeah,
GameStop
yeah.
and asks, what is the console everybody else is playing? And their response is PlayStation.
Right.
Because that's the console I own.
Right.
They cannot break down why Xbox
Right.
is a value. They cannot break down why Xbox has differentiators that make it different from PlayStation.
Or what does it have to offer?
Exactly, to make it different from the Switch. Now, here's what's going to happen. All right, the Xbox Series X is coming out, right? And according from what I read from the articles from Ars Takana and from what we have so far, for those of you who are amped about the Xbox Series X, it is everything you're expecting a console to be in 2020.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's more powerful than anything we've ever seen, past,
Right.
present, or presumed, or whatever bullshit Sony's going to announce at the little private show in February and try to lie about.
Right.
This console was purposely made to be overpowered.
Right.
12 gigabytes of DDR6.
Right.
I didn't even know DDR6 was a thing.
Yup.
But apparently this shit's in
is.
fucking
Yup.
the new Xbox.
Yup.
This shit called ray tracing, which is why that video of Hellblade Senua's saga.
PC still at DDR4.
That's full motion video.
Right.
And no, this is running in real time.
Right.
That's how good that ray tracer looks. So the console's going to be a beast. Here's the problem, guys. Here's the problem. Okay, I understand that he bought Andy Mack, my man here, the new legal TV pro. I understand that y'all had the bread to buy the Xbox One X. I get that. I just need y'all to hear me out.
No, I
Then y'all
don't
can
even
come
know
at
what's
me
going
however y'all
on.
want to come at me.
Enlighten me. No, I don't. I'm
All right.
curious.
No, he's about to go into budget speech.
A
Okay.
lot
Okay.
of people do not, and I need y'all to listen to me. All right, as an Xbox fan, as a guy
Right.
who see the brand
Right.
thrive and survive,
Right.
a lot of people don't have that money. Okay.
Okay.
Now, even at the height of my power in the Philadelphia tourism industry, back when I was balling, I was making about $3,000 a month.
Right.
On a good month,
Right.
$4,000, including tips and fucking whatever. That's a lot of goddamn money. Okay, but you're a damn dope dealer, and I still couldn't afford the Xbox One X. I'm still playing the Xbox One S. Because I told myself that $500 is a lot of bread for a console. I don't give a shit if it's in 4K.
Okay.
And the average consumer don't either.
Okay.
Now, I know a lot of y'all that's listening to this console is saying, EROK, that shit is blasphemy. Is it
No,
blasphemy?
no.
Oh,
I'll speak on your behalf.
No,
Right.
let me finish.
I'm gonna let you finish.
If the Xbox One, with all that power that the Xbox One X has, most powerful console on the market, they still trailing behind Sony. And the kids' toy, the Wii has some. What's the Switch?
Right.
The Switch is a joke.
Right.
The Switch is a kid's toy.
Right.
That's why it's marketed for kids.
Right.
And it's a kid's toy.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's selling on price $300. Okay. The PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Pro is selling on price, $400. Now, we want to get back to these dumb consumers I mentioned about 20 minutes ago. When they come in, I've talked to a dozen people. My boy for life next door, who I always give him my old Xboxes, and my man told me, look, EROK, I said, yo, man, look, Madden NFL 20s on sale for $20 this week, nigga. What's up?
Right.
Man, look, that's that. You dipping in you dipping into my weed money.
Right.
Hold on now, y'all. Hold on now.
Right.
And they don't come at me.
No.
How I'm gonna talk this nigga into getting the Xbox One X, let alone an
I got that
Xbox
answer.
Series X.
I got him here,
hold
but
on,
let me go
hold on,
first.
hold on. Slow up. I know what y'all want to say.
What?
The Xbox is gonna come out at different tiers.
Nope.
That
ain't what I'm gonna say, E-Rock.
Hold on. But let me finish. It's a high-end box. You should be. Andy Mack came at me with this. It's a high-end box, EROK. You should be willing to pay high-end money. And I love Andy Mack, but I want to say, dude, go fuck yourself. Because me, Microboxer X, and the Welsh Gamer had this discussion 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
Right.
We
I
said
remember
these
that, yeah.
consoles.
Yeah,
these
I remember that,
Thank you, my dude.
Right.
We said these consoles cannot pass a $400 threshold.
Right.
Because the $500 threshold they've been working. You see, Xbox had to drop that price on the Xbox One quickly. You saw how it killed them.
Right.
Now, if any of you Xbox dudes, including my brothers on this panel who I love, are thinking that anything's going to be different this next generation, you and everybody listening are living in a fucking fantasy land.
Okay.
Because
No.
Hold on. Be quiet. Let him talk.
No, let him finish.
95% of the Americans do not have the new legal salary structure.
Right.
A lot of the Americans do not have HEBOT salary structure, and I can already hear Andy Mack will save $100 a month, and then nigga, we can't do that.
Easier said than
Gas,
done.
hold on, stop. No, gas, water, electric, property tax, life insurance, groceries. The average American can squeeze out
Easier said than
400.
done.
Okay.
But 500 and 600, you have now killed yourself.
EROK,
I don't care
let me
how much
say
you got in
something
that
now.
box. I don't care
Okay.
how much you got in that box.
EROK.
Whatever price they announce, PlayStation is going to announce the PlayStation 5 at $450. See, $450. I know you're saying $50, E? Well, what's $50? It's a visual trick. People will, $450, I could do that.
Yeah.
It's something
Yeah.
about 500.
Right,
It's
right.
cost prohibitive, unless it's a television,
Right,
unless it's an oven or a stove or a microwave oven.
No,
The reason why Xbox has gotten beat this generation is on price.
That's true.
Like
Now,
Xbox being
now,
the
EROK,
better
hold on, Hebot.
consumer product. Now, if y'all can change your mind, good luck with that. But I will have to sit out next generation
That's
because
fine.
I'm not paying $600 for a box,
Right,
and I'm not alone. Now
right.
come at me.
No,
No.
here it is. Good stuff, EROK. Hey, listen.
Good stuff.
Shit.
I want-
Hold on. Let me do this.
Go ahead.
First, I want to get this off my chest. Fuck anything that Andy Mack has to say. Fuck him. All right. He knows why I said that. And he knows why I said that.
I know.
Andy Mack is not the person. Andy Mack is not the person or the place to talk about save money up and talk about Xbox. Fuck him. That's facts.
my dude, dog.
Now,
I wanna tell him
hey,
that's my nigga,
listen.
though.
He used to be
Yeah.
my dude. So
I got you.
it's not like I'm coming. If he hears
Not
this,
personal. That's what I'm
right?
saying.
Hell no, it's not personal. It's
Because
just
I don't want
business,
to think
baby.
I came at
That
him.
fuck you.
I don't want him to think I'm coming at him.
Look,
But I'm
no,
trying
no,
to
no,
tell you,
listen,
that
that
niggas
F you-
ain't got $600.
Listen, that
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
listen,
good.
listen,
I got the
That
answer.
FU that I said to him was wrapped real nice, sent in a Hallmark card, and sent. I've already mailed that to him. It was beautiful. You would have never got mad at me for that. All right.
See, I'm gonna catch him
Now-
now because of this. It's
Now,
all
no,
good.
now look, no, we're grown men. Now look. EROK, I heard
Go
everything
ahead.
you said. One thing is, it's old, okay? It's old. That cry is old because that's the same cry that was done in 2013. We know why? Because you admitted it. Xbox got beat by the price. So you're not talking about now. You're talking about 6 years ago. Okay.
I got you.
So as a gamer, now I'm not knocking you when I say this. People, let me make this clear because Hebot's coming after me, and Hebot is very detailed. So if you think I'm long, then buckle up when Hebot starts to talk. He's gonna break this shit down. All right, I'm just letting y'all know this. But if a person, now EROK, I make good damn money. You're right. But EROK, I just got back into my profession again. So 6 years, for 6 years, exactly as long as the Xbox One been out, I made decent money. I didn't make what I'm making again now, but I made decent money, man. Okay. Things like trading your console in. All right, I got the Xbox Gears of War Xbox limited edition. Yeah, it looks like, oh shit, Legal just gets all these consoles. Well, shit, man, I literally took it in and traded it, my old Scorpion edition, and I got $250 off. So actually, it cost me $250. So
Okay, that's what's up.
But watch me, because I'm gonna make plenty of sense. Okay. If I do that, that just destroys your whole thing of I couldn't afford it because you can fucking afford $450, right? Now I just had
You're right
that.
about that.
Right, I just
You're right
had
about
that.
that.
Now, what it takes, EROK, is, and you've just, bro, you
I'm taking notes.
take these fucking notes down, right? Because now you got me
I'm about to
cussing
break
on
it
my
down
own
in detail.
channel. You got me cussing on my own channel. Now take these effing notes, right? Write this shit down, right? This is for who EROK talks about. The idiot consumer. The idiot consumer.
Because they
No, watch this.
They get you baited.
No,
They're not gonna do the research he
look,
did.
EROK,
They're not gonna do that.
Our community isn't that dumb. Okay, we're dumb, but we're not that dumb. Because watch what I'm about to say, EROK. The place that I took it in to get $250 off is the same damn place you're talking about, called GameStop.
Yeah.
They're now
Yeah, I
talking
got you.
now
Yeah.
anybody in the world that goes into GameStop, the only people that get bamboozled are motherfuckers that can't read. Because GameStop puts all their fucking sale promotion shits in
Everywhere.
front of the store.
Yeah.
There you go, Hebot.
Bamboozled.
Look, Hebot. You're so stupid. Listen, dog. Listen, y'all. What did Hebot coming up? He knew everywhere. EROK, they got the damn sales shit 100 miles before you get to the damn store. We got, it's on highways and shit. How can nobody know what the hell's not going on when you go to GameStop? If that's you, then damn it, you deserve to get that bullshit ass console that you buy. At that point, then you deserve it. But they have all the sales, the signs, everything that GameStop can possibly do to help you is there. Okay, so unless you can't read, hey man, God bless you, bro. Unless you can't read, God bless you. Now,
I got you.
Now watch this. If it takes six, okay.
I'm coming in.
Right now watch this. 6 years, right? I want everybody to keep that 6 year span, 2013 to 2019 to now, right? We're gamers, right? And EROK, you said this. There's not one gamer, not on this panel, but as a cultural wise, let me say that because it could be people who are just now coming into gaming as a fresh generation. So I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about us that's been out here, right? There's not one of us that didn't come from somewhere. So by knowing that, we understand console series. How many? I want everybody on this panel just to answer me these questions. How many consoles does Nintendo have in its history? You can come close, If you don't really know, say many.
Nine.
Right?
Nine.
How many consoles does Nintendo have?
Nine.
Consoles. How many?
9.
Okay, 9.
Nine
How
could be
many?
portables.
Right.
9.
How many consoles does Sony have?
About to
Four
be
now.
5.
Eight.
About to be 5.
Right.
About to be
Right.
5.
Eight.
Right.
And
How
then
many?
and then you have your PSP
Right. How
and
many
PSP,
consoles?
Five.
Mimi, I'm coming. Just give me a few seconds. How many consoles does Xbox have?
4?
3. And
Okay.
it'll be 4 now.
Right. So my point was this when I said that, whether we're right or wrong, right? The point is we know that consoles have more lifespans than just when it comes out. We know that these consoles come in series. We know PlayStation is at their 5th series. Xbox is on their 4th series, and Nintendo's on their 30th fucking series. We know this shit. So by knowing this, you know damn well when you buy that current Xbox that another one is coming, right? If you took $5 and put back $5 now, EROK, you're not that damn poor. Now, if you're that damn poor, you couldn't even have bought a damn PlayStation, an Xbox One S. If you can't, if a person cannot save $5, right, a month, now times that by 12, what's that? $60, right? That's Xbox Live. The next year, that's what? $120. The next year, come on with me.
Dorian.
100. Look. I hear you, EROK. Listen. I'm talking about the possibilities of. What's up, EROK?
Will to action. And you know I love you, brother, right?
Right.
Will to action. We're going to have to see who's right on this, and we're going to see who's wrong.
Right. No, listen, EROK. I'm not here.
American,
Right,
the average
listen,
American
EROK,
ain't
listen.
saving no bread.
Well,
dude.
see,
It's about
that's what I'm coming to your defense.
When they walk into the store,
EROK,
when they
I'm
walk into
coming
the
to your
store, they got they 400
Right.
bucks.
But
and
EROK, how
whatever's
the fuck?
in there,
But
and that-
EROK, you
it
talking
better
like
be-
EROK, you're talking like $400 is small change.
All right, I'm gonna put it to y'all like this. Y'all
$400
do
is
whatever.
not small change.
If
How the hell you just gonna say that? Well, if they come in, look,
because you see,
Right.
y'all not listening.
It's the-
Y'all not listening. Y'all not
EROK,
listening.
listen, I am
Microsoft
listening.
ain't
You
listening.
said it.
And because
Let
of
me
that, it's gonna be it's gonna be a repeat. It's going to be a
listen
repeat
to
in this
me,
next
man.
generation.
Listen
because
to me,
people,
EROK.
they all right. I'm listening.
I
What you
didn't
saying
cut
making
you
no
off,
sense.
EROK. I got what you're saying.
You saying if you save, niggas ain't doing
I'm
that.
eliminating.
You're not
No,
listening.
EROK. Here's what I'm saying. I'm eliminating
Because if they
the
would,
dumbest
if they
possible.
Would, my boy next door would have an Xbox.
No, that's
by now.
fine.
They
No,
not
but
doing
see,
that.
that's not the
The
case.
nigga next door to me would have it. They
Right,
not
but
doing that.
that's not the
Y'all
case.
niggas ain't listening.
I'm
and
not
that's why
saying-
Microsoft is last place.
EROK, but I'm not
You're
making
not
that.
listening.
EROK, listen
who's
to me,
listening?
man.
Them Japs.
Listen to
them
what I'm
Japs is
saying,
listening,
EROK. But
and they
that's not
lowered
my
their shit to
case.
400.
That's still not my case. What my case
What's your
is,
case?
if you let me finish. My case is
You
the
make
fact.
sense. I'll let you finish.
I am making sense. What I'm
All right, go
saying
ahead.
is, my case is the fact that we can make these excuses, but
They're not excuses.
They are. Because you
The
can't
proof is in
tell
the
me,
Sony
EROK,
sold
listen, man,
100
and it
million
doesn't matter.
consoles
But
at a
that doesn't, and
$400
Sony
price,
still broke.
and Microsoft
It don't matter because
got the most
Sony
powerful
still,
console
look,
in the
EROK, it
last
still doesn't
place.
matter. It
Explain
still doesn't
it.
matter. I am. But you
Ah,
won't
fuck
be
it. I
quiet
can't-
enough
I
to
can't.
you're not.
All right, I'm
listen,
shut up. I'm not
right.
saying
Just
no- I'm not
sit
saying
back,
nothing else.
buckle up. That's why I said let me go first.
The crazy thing is Chris know I'm right. And in your heart, I know I'm right.
I don't
but
care if Chris knows you're right. Here's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Because that's right. I don't care if he knows you're right.
I'm gonna
Here's
give
what I'm
you
gonna
both
say.
the medicine that's gonna make y'all feel better.
Here's
Don't worry.
what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it alleviates any excuse because I'm defending what you were saying. But that's the but. But if somebody really wants an Xbox, that's what I'm trying to say. If somebody really wants, because I just killed off the fact that you said people are dumb. No, they're dumb by choice. There's no hell nobody's going to GameStop don't read. Okay, so I killed that one. Now in a 6-year span, 6 years, we're talking, and that's not even. I took a year off, right? Because it ain't even 2020. So literally 7 years. 7 years. If somebody put back $5 a month, which none of us on this panel is gonna argue that. That's my point. $5, you got the next console. $5, you got the next console. Now I'm going to what EROK said. You got more than $400 walking up in the damn GameStop. Like, give me the next damn console, my choice. Easy, it can be done. Easy. So that's dead. Let me put that away. Take the notes. Take the notes. Now, here comes the bread and butter. Goes to what EROK said. Okay. Now we got this thing about Sony. You told me prove this. Sony sold over 100 million consoles. And I said yes, and Sony's problem still didn't change, EROK. Sony's still hurting. We know this. Why? Because out of all the consoles that Sony sold, they didn't even put back into their company $1 billion. You know what they
The
put
company
back?
stock got rated
700.
at junk.
Here's what they
Yeah,
put back.
yeah.
Here's what they put back. $775 million. Microsoft, if we go by these dumbass articles, right, EROK, these dumb blinded idiots will listen to them. Let's say Sony sold Xbox 3-1. 3-1, damn it, 3-1. So that puts Microsoft around 35, 40 million consoles, right? Now, if that's the case, Microsoft sold what? 40 million consoles. But what did they make? This is facts.
Microsoft
$2
makes
billion.
$2 billion a
Right,
quarter.
they made $2 billion.
Quarter, which is about 4 months.
Right, look, EROK, they made $2 billion for their company. Not one, but $2 billion. Now watch this. Does that not destroy the whole fact that, like Phil Spencer said in 2014, that the console war for our sales don't mean shit anymore? Because if we really tell you what's going on, we will destroy the whole community. Because why? People, listen to me. The industry relies on this dumbass thinking about the console wars. It relies on it. That's where the media bias shit comes from. That terminology comes from all this ignorance, all this stupidity. But when you know it, you don't be fooled by it. You can see right through it. Check that off the list. So that's a fact. So it's not about Microsoft losing. How the fuck are they losing? When you look at the money bag. When you look at the money bag, they're not losing. Now watch this.
They're not losing.
Now watch
they're not
this.
losing anything except in the mind
In
of the actual like,
mind.
fanboy.
Right.
In the
Now,
mind of the actual fanboy.
That's it. Now watch this, EROK. Now watch this, EROK. Microsoft has already said we don't give a fuck about it. They said it in 2014. We're what? 5 years later, and now we're worrying about Microsoft.
He legitimately just said that at E3 as well.
You're right. Look, EROK, what I'm saying is, do you think Microsoft is worrying about that now? 5 years later, you think they're worrying about price? Look, EROK, they know they've gained, right? They've gained people because live has grew. Live is growing. And watch this, EROK. This is for all you dummies. What EROK is talking about, because EROK's our boy. We're not fighting against him. He told us to make sense. So watch this. Out of all these dummies out here, right? Xbox is the only brand. Put quotation marks on that. The only freaking brand in the gaming industry that grows year after year.
They've seen growth after growth.
There you go, brother. There you go, brother.
The thing is that y'all acting like I don't know that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I know you know. No, I know you know. It's a psychological warfare.
To the average Joe walking on the street,
he doesn't know that. Right. And I'm agreeing with you.
They never going to do that research.
No, they're not.
Never going to do that research.
No, they're not.
In 2020, two consoles are going to be released.
And it doesn't.
And that one that sells at $400,
right.
That's the one that's going to reach what's called mass market adoption.
Watch this, EROK. Watch this, EROK. And EROK may be right, people. Listen to what I'm saying. It's new legal. I'm saying that EROK may be right. But here's the bottom line. If you look at what EROK is saying and you put it in reality, does the fucking Porsche brand give a fuck how many Toyotas get sold out there? Because to the average fucking Joe, he can't afford a damn Porsche. And Porsche is doing well.
But see, here's the thing about that. Porsche is not trying to sell cars in the hood. Porsche is not trying to sell cars in North Philly. Porsche is not trying to sell cars in the Puerto Rican
Now watch this. Now watch this. Now watch this, EROK.
Can I have it?
Now watch this, EROK. Now watch this, EROK. Watch this. Watch
this.
this.
Market audience.
Yes, you are, EROK. But watch this. I got the answer for that. You're right, EROK, and you're right about that, and neither did Xbox. That's why Xbox didn't have all them damn markets in the world, because they wasn't trying to sell in every damn hood. They were selling to the people who could actually have enough internet speeds, invest. See, the key word is Microsoft sells to gamers that invest their gaming. There's a different audience, EROK. You can't put the PlayStation fans with the Xbox fans, just like you can't put the console fans with the PC community. PC community, they'll buy an 800 graphic card, buy a fucking rig, and put all this shit together, and then 2 years later, oh shit, my game don't play this fast, I gotta upgrade again. So I gotta pull 2,000 more dollars. But that's their community. That's the way they think. So Microsoft does things to their community and the way they think. We We play our old ass games. See, we got a person in here right now who's a retro gamer. The Xbox community for Hebot is fabulous because Hebot goes back and he shows us how fun those games were. He can't do that shit on a PlayStation 4. You see what I'm saying, E-Rock? He can't. So it's a different talk. Microsoft isn't concerned.
Hebot could do that on a PS4 if he wants to become a UPS man.
Right. If he wants, but that's what I'm telling E-Rock. E-Rock is 100% facts. You're not lying, E-Rock. You're not. But the thing is, here's my answer before I let Hebot say this. My answer to that is, you have to understand that being a part of the Xbox brand is a different animal. It's a different monster. It's a different beast. Just like PC community is a different monster. You cannot say, well, millions of people ain't gonna build a PC just for gaming. When the facts is, millions of people do that shit. I don't understand that. I don't understand how 1 million people is not a lot, or 30 million. See, that's the dumb. That goes back to Ebot. That's that dumb mentality. Like T. Weaver said, it's a psychological dumbness, right? If I sold 40 million, hold on. If I sold 30 to 40 million of any fucking thing, I'm good.
Money.
They're looking at 100 million and they're comparing it to 40 million. And the realization is, regardless of who sold, that's still a lot of motherfucking people. Now, until Xbox only sells 10 million consoles, then yeah, we can say, well, the shit didn't work. But here's facts. Let's go. Now I'm about to end it. Now let's get to Xbox One X. Here's the facts about Xbox One X. E-Rock, Xbox One X was never going to outsell the PlayStation because the PlayStation was already out there. That wasn't the point of the Xbox One X. The point of the Xbox One X was to give us a new experience with our gaming, was to show Microsoft had to prove that they can bring us something. And the X was just that console to say, that ass whooping is coming out. Y'all thought it could be capable. Here's the ass whooping. That's it. And so the Xbox One X outsold. E-Rock, hear me out. I'm about to be done. The Xbox One X outsold the PlayStation 4 Pro because didn't both of them make new mid-cycle consoles? Yes, we know that. The Xbox One X actually sold more than the Xbox Pro. So Microsoft succeeded. You can't put the Xbox One X against the PlayStation 4. No, nobody's going to argue that. PlayStation 4 dominated all consoles, right? It did. It dominated all consoles.
But there's a reason why I did it. There's several reasons.
The price,
besides the media,
no games, nobody gave a fuck about that. You're right. They only cared about the price.
They made the point of entry accessible to everybody because psychologically, 400 is less than 500.
Facts.
And I know you guys are sitting here like E-Rock. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I'm not.
I live in the hood. I done
not.
did research on this shit. I tried to get my boy to buy Madden when it was $30.
Right.
He wouldn't fucking do it.
Right,
Now,
but
when
you're
that
going.
shit dropped to $10.99, that nigga will bite.
Right, no doubt. That's not. Watch this, E-Rock. Watch this, E-Rock.
The reason why Samsung phones and
That's a
LG
dude,
phones are
but-
outselling the iPhone is because the iPhone is still under the impression that they are superior. They are, and that
Right.
they can sell cellular transmissions at a premium. You
Right.
can't.
Right.
You
And
cannot sell
nobody gives a
gaming at a
fuck. Nobody
premium.
can. But
And it's going to be
Apple
a hard
is
lesson
still
for
the
any-
number one company in the world when it comes to that. They're not limited to their fucking phone. They don't care about a damn phone, bro. They're above that. Samsung needs that Android phone to sell, but Apple don't because Apple still has 90 plus million followers. When the iPhone, when they start seeing that 40 million,
And
has
it's also
less-
going to be that iPhone that basically launches
Now
that
watch this.
xCloud.
Nobody is saying that the iPhone 11X is the most powerful phone out there. Ain't no Android even close to touching it. It's leap years
But it
ahead
has
of
the
it.
most-
But watch this. But nobody
It
wants
has
to.
the most.
That's right. But nobody wants to talk about that. Goes back to E-Rock's case because everybody wants a old slow ass app phone, Android phone, old outdated shit. And it's convenient. I'm not talking about them motherfuckers. I don't care because if I was them dudes, if I was your homeboy in the hood, which E-Rock's not lying, if this dude can't play the new Madden, fuck him. I'm not waiting for this motherfucker to play new Madden after 3 years and the game is $10. That's not gaming.
No. It's not fuck him.
I'm not worried about him then.
You missing. Now see. Then you fail.
No, I'm not, because he failed.
60 million.
If he waits for a game, EROK, if he waits for a game to be $10, EROK, listen to me, bro. If that dude is waiting on a game to be $10 to buy it, he failed the gaming community, not me. Because if we all did that, how the developers gonna eat? How? It takes the day one people. It takes those people that go to E3. All of us never been to E3. Shit, I can cry about how those damn tickets are. Man, they need to lower them damn tickets for a person like my ass who can't afford it can go. Well, damn it, man. This is a fact of the world, right? Everybody can't experience the same damn things. Right. That's just facts, EROK. And these companies have built and worked hard, right? And I'm gonna let Hebot talk after this. These companies have worked extremely hard, and Microsoft has a level of excellence that they say, look, we're gonna only go this far down on our level of excellence, but we work too damn hard to give our shit away for some fucking $300. If you want some shit where your shit stays on, where it ain't down for maintenance all the motherfucking time, where you got your games where when you buy them one time, and if it goes on back compat list, you don't pay for it no more.
He buy it.
You see what I'm saying? If you want this Game Pass, where when you can't afford 100 games, or you don't understand what it is to be a part of this community, we're gonna give you a fucking $1, not $60, $1. And you get all of our new games? EROK, come on, man.
You
Come on, EROK.
You a game historian, right?
Yeah.
Because as much as we love Dorian, he left the reservation a while ago. Do you remember why the Sega Genesis beat the 3DO? The 3DO was way more powerful. Do you know why the Sega Genesis was still selling even when the PlayStation came out? Because the Sega Genesis used to operate on this shit called the razors and razor blades mentality. We'll give you the razor blade for cheap, but nigga, you gonna buy the razors. You cannot change that mentality. And Sony shockingly said, well, we got to go back to that. And that's why they won this generation. And that's why they're going to probably win next generation. Now, I understand that Microsoft's the most powerful company in the world. They got all these folks working hard, and they're keeping me happy with some of the best services in the world. But if you want to retake gaming, as you claim you want to take it,
you're speaking on perception.
I'm done. You talk now.
It's not perception. If y'all thinking that people are going to go in and mass adopt the Xbox Series X at $600 price tag, y'all crazy.
It's not going to happen. EROK, one special thing. Watch this. You're talking about the Xbox One X price again. It was $499. The Xbox One was $499. Tell me where Microsoft fucked up at. They gave you a console that was, 16 more times powerful? 16! And they gave you the same damn price.
Where they fucked up at was their competitor dropped down to $400 and they didn't make a move
but the Xbox was always $400. The PlayStation 4 always stayed at $399 because they can't drop it no more. They drop that motherfucker once, they lose money completely.
Here we go. I'm gonna chime in because I got the medicine for both of you guys, okay? And it's going to answer all your questions, alleviate everything that you guys are talking about, because you guys have two valid points. Now, this is the reason to the audience why I feel very, so much respect, right? And love for someone like EROK and someone like Dorian, because they're so genuine. And you can tell that they care about whatever insight they put on what they love, okay? But at the same time, you know, they get looked at like, oh, you know, maybe, you know, they don't know what they're talking about because they're cheering for the console that doesn't make sense, or
The numbers are
they-
backing me up.
right. But here's the thing, EROK, if you trust me and you hear me,
yeah.
you're gonna understand where I'm coming from. Number one, position number one in this generation coming forward, right? The PlayStation can't and won't, and I'm telling you now, won't.
Wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. I had to say something real quick before I lose this.
Oh, go ahead.
There is no fucking way, no effing way that Sony can play the cheap card when new tech is here. This is the only most dangerous spot if you ever do your Sony history where Sony is at their most vulnerable. They can no longer run 1080p. You have to step your asses up to 4K because no retail store is selling 1080p TVs. Okay, so you have to step your ass up. So if you wanna hang on to your 1080p, to all the EROKs out there, God bless you.
Oh,
Look.
gonna bury me.
Yeah, look. No, but I'm saying,
Listen.
and he hold on, but no, that's my boy, dog.
Oh my
EROK's my
God.
boy. Listen, if you wanna hang on to 12, 15 years of your 1080p TV and you want to game on it, you can't come
Nigga, I
with
got
us.
4K. What are you talking about?
No, I'm using that in general. I know you do.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking. No, it's figured. I'm using you as
And I had
because I don't want to keep calling
and I
people
had-
dumb or stupid. I'm just saying that.
And I had to save up for that.
And
Shit.
look, EROK, listen. EROK's so stupid. Look,
What y'all
EROK,
talking
me
about?
too. EROK, what did we say today?
Nigga act like motherfuckers working for NASA.
EROK, look, EROK, so stupid.
They come down there
My
and
4K
bro.
TV, look, my 4K TV didn't even cost me $700. So I get what you're saying, brother. I understand what you're saying. I don't have a fucking QLED cost $3,999. I wasn't gonna do that. You know why I wasn't gonna do that? Goes back to EROK. Because I knew there was a console coming after the one I had. And I knew that I keep up with latest tech. And I said it wouldn't make sense to get this shit and then there's something gonna be better later on. So I'm gonna hold back and see what they're gonna bring forth, right? So there is no way now because the technology now has said we're done with this old shit. We're coming with new stuff. AMD and NVIDIA. So now Sony is at a point where now they have to invest in it. And there is no way in hell they can make a new console that is gonna be $399. I'm telling you right now,
you're right.
the PlayStation 5 is not gonna be $399, people. You
You're
cheap
right.
ass Sony fans are gonna have to reach in your pocket, go to a loan, and get you $500 fucking dollars.
It's precarious. It's precarious for both of them because going to the days when IBM was joint working on the Xenon and the fucking cell processor, them days is gone. You got ray tracing and shit.
Right.
Expensive. In fact, the Xbox Series X's hard drive is going to be solid state. That alone is like $197. But guess what? Guess what? Sony and Microsoft. You either gonna take an L on these consoles, or Sony gonna take an L too.
Right.
Sony gonna take
Because,
an L too.
and this is the beautiful thing. Now, here's the beautiful thing. Sorry, EROK. Because EROK is right. EROK is right. That's right.
Okay.
They're fine. Now, watch this.
Nice.
Now, it goes down to this.
Nice.
It's going to come down to this.
Oh.
Microsoft has the edge because they co-engineering with customization parts. They can do that because they're self-integrated. They can get. They're the only company that actually helps AMD. People don't even know that. But this new co-engineering thing between these two companies is not just for this generation. They was doing it years ago. They were co-engineering years ago. So this one is what's special because now Microsoft and AMD, Microsoft is paying them, and they're paying each other to make this chip beautiful for themselves. This is going to be a beautiful thing. With Sony,
one of them,
Sony can't do it. They're not going to be able to have this.
One of them gotta take the L. One of them.
Well, both of them will.
We gotta take the loss on the cost of this box.
Now he
because
about
now you got Google Stadia out there breathing down your neck.
Which already fucking failed.
Yeah, but guess what? They already got 2 or 3 games About 80% of the shit failed, but they got 2 or 3 of them running at 4K 60.
That's fine.
So if they got two
Those
of
2 or
them
3
running
games
at
ain't
4K
shit,
60,
and they're already out.
but see, you
They're not
missing the point.
games that we ain't already have.
Google Stadia is getting over their learning curve. It may be next year, it may be the year after next, but now you got other competitors breathing down your back. You cannot be so arrogant and obstinate as to think you're releasing a $600 console in 2020.
I agree with EROK. But watch this. I agree with you, but the fan base is too strong.
Nintendo knows what's up.
Right, the fan base is too strong, and the fan base ain't going nowhere because it's a
Star
thing
Wars
called
had
this:
Star Wars-
loyal
Star Wars had a-
customers.
Star Wars had a huge fan base, and Star Wars,
It's still
the Rise of
thriving.
Skywalker is dropping to its lowest box office
That's
weekend
fine,
ever.
but guess what?
The fan
Guess what,
base is
EROK?
leaving.
Guess what, EROK? The series is leaving. There's no more Star Wars after this,
You're not listening, bro.
so
And when
they
you-
don't
and
give
when
a
you don't
shit
listen,
anyway.
Okay.
You get left
Hello.
behind.
If it doesn't sell, it's their last movie. It's a good hurrah. It's a good exit. Because to me, the Star Wars generation been fucked up. I ain't watched the last 3. That shit didn't make no damn sense to me.
These consoles cannot release at $600. The console buyer market or not the PC
Go ahead,
market.
EROK. Go ahead, EROK. I agree with you, EROK. I agree with you there. Agree with you. I agree with you.
And
Now
we're
go
gonna
ahead,
keep on
EROK.
having it until these companies go bankrupt.
They're not gonna go bankrupt, EROK.
Motherfuckers will game on their phone before they start shelling out
EROK, they
$700 for a
already
console.
gaming on their
Yeah,
phone.
Okay.
that's kind of why I feel
But
with
watch
that
this.
direction.
But that's already happening, people. Don't talk like the shit ain't already happening. That's our current atmosphere. Mobile gaming has always been the most dominating gaming entity. That's for years. That's not hurting nobody, because EROK just said it. PlayStation just sold 100 million consoles. So the mobile community is not fucking killing console community. The split is this. It's mobile community, right? Which is the most dominant, right? Then you have the PC community and you have the console community, and it's split. They're not dominating the other one like we think we are. Like one's gonna die off and the other one. It's not like that, because when you do your research on the gaming industry, it's the only really not when I say only, I'm talking about in a few. It's one of the few only industries where there's so much space for anybody to come into. You can come into the gaming industry and make it if you just succeed. You know, it's not like you have a barrier because Microsoft has 500 million consoles out there. Well, motherfucker, there's room to make another 500 million consoles somewhere. It's just getting it there. That's it. Go ahead, Hebot. I'm done. I'm for real. This time I'm done. Go ahead, Hebot.
I love it.
That's why VR
Okay,
can come in
okay.
here. That's why VR can come, people. There's space for it.
To EROK's point, what EROK's talking about is the mentality of casuals coming in and making a decision right off the hip based off price, which his point is very valid. Yes, they will look at something and be like, oh, wait, hear me out, both of you.
I'm not gonna say
Please.
nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing.
That will be like, well, you know, do I really need the extra bells and whistles? Even though it makes sense and it should be the priority, because the Xbox One X, for example, is not just about resolution. It's about performance. It's about loading time. It's about actual 4K graphics and assets. It's about actual no bump mapping, eliminating loading time. You know, it's about the overall experience. You're getting the best gaming experience as a whole, not just the way it looks, but how the game feels, how the game loads, how the game performs, which is for any real gamer an important, it's the whole meaning of gaming, the whole importance of gaming in particular, because it's you want to play at the best quality, right? So EROK is talking about the perception too, because in the sense that because of that, when even though Microsoft, which is historian's point, they made the most money selling less consoles, which is absolutely true.
Yes.
Microsoft did not get the love of a lot of exclusivities with third parties, and they didn't get first dibs for a lot of things because
It's
the
all about
perception
market share
was
of the developers.
right, because the market share was, oh, it's all about whatever's popular, and it didn't matter what was better, which is the same case we share now with Apple. Apple may not be better, but everybody has the perception that they're the one and only and the only
You mean
grail.
Android.
So
You mean
they,
Android.
yeah, no, Apple, and they get all the support as opposed to Android that don't really get all the support.
Android
Android
does
don't get all the,
Android's
but
number
they don't
one in
get
the
all the
world.
apps. No, but they don't get all the apps like Apple.
No, because they're open.
Because
There's a
of
fucking
the
reason.
perception.
Because they're
Right,
open.
I understand that.
It's
I understand that.
dangerous.
I told you to hear me out, right, Dorian?
Right.
Hear me out.
Right.
So now, Dorian's point is that it didn't matter what the hell PlayStation sold because console sales do not determine the success of a console or what's better. He's absolutely right. He has an absolute great point. Yes,
Yes.
they both are right. Now, this is what's the whole reasoning for me wanting to talk about it after I saw EROK's video. Because you guys know I'm the person that comes in with the information that you need to know.
Always.
Right? Because I'm here to help the community and help my brothers, right? First and foremost, number one, because of the fact that this generation Sony had lost so much capital, they don't have the squeeze play, so to speak, or the ease to come in at a lower price point. That's number one.
That's
Both
common sense.
Sony, both Sony and Xbox, believe me what I'm telling you, will be the same price. Whether it's 500 or 400, we don't know. It will not be 600. Why? Because that's the reason why they waited almost an entire 2 years to wait till the technology of Navi and Ryzen to drop and lower.
Facts.
Because as soon as it came down, it was expensive, but you always have to wait at least a year and a half before it drops in price so that they can make a competitive price point. So,
Yes.
EROK, to alleviate your thought of 600, none of these consoles will be $600. Okay? None. It will be $500 standard price point. The same way the X
$499. Like I said.
the same price as the Xbox One at $499, being 16 times more powerful, like Dorian said. Now, what did you say all along, Dorian? I mean, EROK, what have you said all along about the difference that make as far as what differentiates Microsoft over Nintendo and Sony? What have you always said?
But they're the most consumer-friendly company. They've gone out of their ways to give the consumers everything.
Okay, here we go. Here's the secret weapon. Microsoft is the most consumer-friendly company in the world, right? Microsoft is already set up a program, right? Through them, where you can go in, you trade in your existing console. They give you a nice amount of trading credit, like a $200, let's say, right, for your X, or even $250, which brings the console down already automatically to $250, right? The new console, the Series X, right? If you're trading it to get the new X.
Right.
But at the same time, here's what they're also doing. You can take it home with you, and you're only going to pay us monthly through Xbox All Access.
That's right. Yeah.
Where
that's right.
you're not going to have to worry about selling out $500 at one shot.
Nope.
You're not going to have to worry about, damn it, I don't want to pay so much at one shot. Because it's hard for someone like EROK and many others, even myself, because I got 9 people and 10 altogether that I got to try to have food on the table, medical bills for them, clothes. I'm poor, even though I have a lot of
6 over here.
Now,
6 over here.
I've gotten things through the years because I've bought them through the course of 30 years. Little by little. And when I buy stuff, it's because I either put it on credit so they pay it slowly.
Yeah.
My kids help me out because they work, or I do trade-ins through social media stuff like gaming, like figure sites, and I make trade-ups, and that's how I continue to feed my hobby and my channel with the figure stuff or the gaming stuff, and I trade in a lot of stuff. That's why I don't own a lot of stuff like Sega Man, because I'm not economically stable.
Yeah.
So I hear where EROK is coming from. I hear where he's coming from, and he's absolutely right. But that Xbox All Access is the most consumer friendly, and
Facts.
not only is the most consumer friendly, it is the edge that Microsoft has going in, okay, which they already started because the Video Game Awards had a viewership of 47.8
The most all time. The most
people.
all time. So they're
Okay?
not dumb. They're not
When
seeing this
last
shit.
year,
Right.
when last year was 27, so that
Right.
means they're already
Double.
starting to show people
There it is.
the X Series X
That's it.
to create interest, right? To create interest. And then after that, you see, and get Xbox Game Pass starting at $1 for the month, over 300 games. That's number 2. And by the way, if you want to upgrade, we have this Xbox All Access program where you can bring in your own console. We'll give you a good trade-in value, and you can pay it at your convenience monthly, and you can take the console home day one.
And real quick.
Does Nintendo?
Real quick. And if you buy the new Xbox One X series, you get the new premium Xbox One X series game passes and all of that. You gain it. They don't charge you. Right.
So now the question is that everybody knows is, the next question would be, does Nintendo or PlayStation have a program like that to offer to the consumers?
No.
Did Microsoft have that program when they started this generation?
No.
No.
They created it. That's right.
Yeah, they created it.
Now they have that program. They set it in stone with the X to see how it went.
Said that.
And it did very well for them. It worked. And since it worked, guess what? A year before the console came out, they already made the announcement. This will continue for next gen, and yes, you will be able to get your X with this program.
That's it.
Because they know, just like EROK said, they know that casuals, most of them, are cheap motherfuckers.
That's right.
I'm not talking about in EROK's case. EROK's case is because EROK is hustling. He's trying to survive.
Right.
Okay, just like me, just like many. And that's different. I'm talking about the ones that I'd rather put my money for weed or a new pair of Jordans than give me
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. I'm not. Yeah. 'Cause
Now-
when you talk about the hood,
now-
exactly.
Now, what I'm saying is this. Okay, what I'm saying is this. EROK and Dorian's point are excellent points because they're talking from based off the basis of the data that they have from this generation. But the beginning of this generation had a couple of things that did not exist, which was all access, mid-gen console refresh, which we will not have next generation. We will not, because this new tech is so advanced that it will last for 6-7 years. Okay, like the normal duration of video game consoles from the past. Plus, this generation, Sony don't have can't afford bringing in the console and undercutting and undermining the Xbox in price because they are hurting. They cannot do it this time around. That is the reason why they made this announcement of this whole podcast. We will not have first-party exclusive at launch. That's why. Because they do not have the capital. So, EROK, I hope that you trust your brother Eba, because you know I love you to death. I love you to death. Oh, no. All I'm saying is, all you could do, and I guarantee you, it'll be easy for you and many others, like you and me in that position. You bring in your S, you get a creative value. They'll let you take an Xbox One X, and you could pay it monthly until you pay it off. And you'll have your high performance console at next generation coming in, just like everybody else that wants to take that decision and that choice and go to do it as well. And you will best believe that they will have a program with GameStop where you can trade in and they'll give you a nice amount for what you got as well. I'm pretty sure. Because Microsoft doesn't care if they lose money selling their consoles. What they want is to regain what EROK said. The mass, what was it you said again? The
mass market adoption. You cannot sell a niche product for a niche audience. No matter how passionate the niche audience is. The niche audience could be passionate as fuck. It don't matter, because as eloquently and as educated as Hebot is, he just explained everything to everybody.
He basically fucking repeated everything I said.
Yeah, he repeated everything you said. But here's the thing. Ars Takana, Tom, the Boston Herald, the Globe, Kotaku, you name the fucking outlet, Instagram,
They're gonna use
Rolling
it.
Stone, the Philadelphia Daily News.
Right.
They are not going to tell you any of that.
Right.
All
Yeah,
they're going to
yeah.
see is
That-
Xbox Series X
and
releasing at
that's-
$600.
Right.
PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 releasing at $459. That's all they're going to see.
Now watch
Yeah, yeah,
this.
yeah.
Now watch this,
that's,
E-Rock.
that's going to reach 80 million consumers
Right.
long before what Hebot just said reaches them. I'm sorry, but we now have the data to confirm this.
Right. And here's the thing, E-Rock. Here's the thing.
We now have the
It
data.
has been beating. It has been beaten because Microsoft already jumped the fucking gun. They said before all these fucking articles start coming out, start talking about prices and power specs, just like T Reaper said. Or E-Rock, one
Can
of
I-
y'all two.
Yeah.
When y'all said,
Can I
hold
say
on,
something
T-Reaper.
real
Yeah,
quick,
hold
bro?
on, T Reaper. When one of you two said it, because I can't remember, but it's on the show. One of y'all made a great point when you said something about it used to be. I think it was E-Rock when he said it used to be about power. It used to be about resolution and power and games until Microsoft.
The narrative always
Yeah,
changes.
right. There you go, E-Rock. It was E-Rock. So E-Rock.
Who knows what it's going to be next
So,
generation?
but we do
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do know what it's going to be about. Guess what Microsoft
Now it's-
did?
now-
No. Watch me. Hear me out. Here's what's going to be, E-Rock. The narrative is not going to fucking change because I New Legal said that you will live and die. Didn't I say this? All my brothers on this panel know this. I said this. The Sony community will eat the biggest fucking crow in gaming history. Hebot, I said it to you. I said, if the Lord's willing, we will see something that we've never seen before. We thought Sega did it. Boy, I said it. Xbox is going to do something in gaming history that no other brand was able to do. And that is to keep the fucking narrative while their competitors can't do shit about it. It ain't gonna matter. That's why. Now here's
Right,
the question
well, that's
to
what I'm saying.
Nintendo. That's why Nintendo's not saying nothing. That's why you had Reggie to say exactly what Phil Spencer said. What do you think, Reggie, is the future? Streaming is the future. Why the fuck you think he said that? Because Phil Spencer locked it in. The man with the money said, yo, streaming is going to be the future. xCloud is here. There ain't no other console got xCloud.
The
No other
difference
company has xCloud.
that's what I was
You see
trying
what
to
I'm saying?
point.
I hear
The
you.
difference is the difference is there's no longer
The
they
narrative will
cannot
stay the same.
undercut. There's three main things. They can't undercut Xbox because they don't have the money. That's number one.
Right.
So so anybody saying I'm gonna buy a PlayStation because it's cheaper, they can't do it. That's number one.
Right, it's
Because
going to look
not
stupid
be
now for the
That's
first
number
time.
one.
Watch
And
this.
number two,
Right.
there's not gonna be a mid-gen cycle refresh console.
No.
So when you invest your money,
Yeah.
you're not gonna have to worry
You're
about
stuck.
buying another console.
Right, now you're
Because
stuck.
you know
Right.
it's gonna
And
last.
Dorian,
Number three.
Right, hold on,
number
you
three.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Right, because they're stuck, y'all. They're gonna be stuck. Okay, so my thing is this. To me, it's like this.
Number three.
Because E-Rock is right in his world. So I'm not.
And
I'm not even debating that.
I'm sorry.
That's why I said I'm not even
y'all
talking.
wanted each other's neck.
I'm
As you
talking
can
about.
tell,
No, because I'm saying.
Xbox.
Because-
I want to see Xbox
no,
be
no.
successful.
You
It's
mean
us versus
well,
us.
yeah. Right.
It's Xbox versus the media.
That's right.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Because
You
look at
see
this.
how Warner Brothers had to outsmart these motherfuckers
Oh, yes.
who
But-
always
yes.
wanted to try to bury
Right.
DC. So what they did was they released Aquaman overseas first and got their money.
Yeah.
Right, you have to
had
know.
They had to
Have to be
smarten up
smart enough.
because the media was going to bury DC no matter what the fuck they came out with. So they
Right,
had
right,
to
right,
smarten up.
That's a
Microsoft
clapping
is
moment.
not
That's a
smart
clapping
enough.
moment. So
You want
so
them to
E-Rock,
do-
you are
you want
so
them to
E-Rock. So E-Rock, you are agreeing with what I said. What Chris Hebot said is exactly why I said Microsoft beat it. There ain't gonna be no
Well,
articles now that can sit up here and make debates about
Well,
pricing because they
kinda
know.
They
Right.
shut down the media before the media
could
got
get
to do what they
started.
do. Because here's why. Because again, they waited until that technology was
right.
affordable.
That's right.
They're not gonna. The consoles are not gonna be $600.
Right.
I'm telling you right now, they're not.
Right.
That's
It's not.
why
No,
they
it's not.
waited. That's number one. Number two, they are no longer waiting to announce what's happening. They started a year
Right.
in advance.
It's done. Right.
Number three, they cannot get undercut because Sony can't afford it.
Right.
Number
Them days is
four,
over. Right.
number four, they have something that Sony and Nintendo
Don't
both
have.
do not have. Xbox All Access, the liberty of going to buy the console day one with no money down and take it home.
Right.
And Game Pass, $1, play over 300 games on a service that's not streamed. It's all
Now watch this. Now watch this.
Okay.
You get all of that. Now you get all of that. Plus your power, your resolution.
And plus, on top of that, you're taking 4 generations of
With
Xbox
you.
with you.
You.
You
Nobody's
understand
doing
what I'm
that.
saying?
Nobody's
So there's no way that the media can
Right.
change that.
Right.
That they can twist that.
And
That not even Sony knows what to do right now.
No.
That's why
Because the
they keep quiet.
narrative, because the
That's why
narrative
they
won't
haven't
change. The
They
narrative won't
killed the
change.
narrative.
That's
bro.
right.
They killed the
For
narrative.
the first time in gaming history.
They'll figure something out.
Right. No, you go to the look,
Hey, you know what?
They trying to say the Xbox Series X looks like a loaf of bread. They already
know
started.
it. I know it.
A refrigerator.
You know,
No,
right.
but you know what?
But here's what
You
I'm
know
saying,
what?
and I want
E-Rock is 100%
everybody to hear
right.
me.
He's a-
I want
he's
everybody to
100%
hear
right.
me.
They'll try to find something.
They're right. E-Rock's so stupid. Boy, that's my He's right.
No, you're not lying.
Because I
Absolutely
can't
not.
wait.
Absolutely not.
E-Rock, do you know what you just said is what I'm waiting on,
shit.
my brother? It's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on what the hell they're going to come up with. Because I know damn well me, it's a TikTok. You going to sit me on a motherfucking throne. That's why I'm so loud on Twitter. You bitch ass motherfuckers are going
I
to
can see
sit
that.
me
I
on my
can see
throne.
that.
And
I
you're
can
going
see
to have
that.
to crown me, damn it. Because I ain't
can see-
swayed. Here's the
Hey,
thing.
hey,
I
hey,
stood here
I
and
can
I
see- I can
told
see
him.
the-
I told him, didn't I, E-Rock? He bought T-Reaper. The narrative will not change.
But you know-
will
you know
be-
what's another-
you will either
T.
accept, you will either
can
accept that Xbox is the most powerful, the most fastest, the most reliable console with all the nuts and screws to it, or you take Sony and you make excuses for it. That's all that's left.
T Reaper, T,
Yeah.
T, and then let T Reaper talk. T, you will live to see this article printed by somebody. The Xbox Series X is way too advanced
know,
for its own
you ain't
good.
lying, boy.
The PlayStation 5
That's
is,
facts.
is so simple, it's perfect.
Yes,
Watch,
yes,
watch
That's
this
it.
shit come to pass, and y'all niggas will be like, God damn it.
I ain't gonna bother me, E-Rock, because you know that ain't gonna bother me, E-Rock. I'm
No,
gonna laugh
no.
at it. Because
They're
you know
gonna find a
what?
way.
Goes to
They're
gonna
intelligence.
find
a
Let's go
way.
to each. Now
But
listen,
here-
y'all are
but
seeing
here's
my
another
intelligent
thing,
brother,
too.
E-Rock. Y'all are witnessing his intelligence. We are not a dumb panel. This is why these are my brothers. Because E-Rock is absolutely right. Somebody is gonna dig in the bag and pull out the most dumbest article
Some
that they can
retarded
do.
shit.
So they
Some retarded. Yeah. But here, here's the
They
thing.
should have been giving Microsoft its praises 5 years ago.
Right.
Oh yes.
5 years ago,
Absolutely.
when they changed the game with technology and made that technology in a $500 box.
They messed
Real
up right
quick.
there. They did.
But
They did.
here's one more thing. Here's one more thing before Reaper talks. 'Cause I don't want to cut Reaper off.
Right.
Here's one more little detail that we also have to remember. All of us. And you guys know this, but you probably
No, go ahead.
didn't think about it at the moment.
Go ahead.
Microsoft has built up they have built up the gaming community's positive side again with all the things they've been doing. You understand what I'm saying? So this they're not going in this generation with negativity. They're actually going into next generation with a different mindset and positivity from the actual community because they gain trust. That's what I'm trying to say.
And that was the
They
whole
gained
point of
back
Phil
trust.
Spencer. Whole point of Phil Spencer. Go ahead, T-Reaper.
So now that they've gained back trust, they're going to try to prove to the people you didn't pick the wrong side. You get what I'm saying?
That's right. That's the point.
And
That's the point.
that's another big detail
Right.
that we have to keep in mind.
Right.
They're not
Do it.
going in with the hate in 2013.
Right. They're
They're
not.
going in with the positivity. So even if there's outlets that try to skew it, because E-Rock is 100% right, they will do it. Especially the ones that like to pony bait. There are going to be outlets that are going to rebuttal it because they've gained ground, basically. You see what I'm saying?
And market, so
And that's
Xbox
gonna
has the
be-
market right now. Xbox has the market right now. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
they
T-Rock.
gain market.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
gain market share. That's what I'm saying.
They got it.
They have gained
They got
market
it.
share.
The U.S. is the
They've
number one
gained-
gaming market in the you win the world. Go ahead,
They've
E-Rock.
gained market share, and positivity, and that's a good thing going in. And I think that's the reason why they already showed the X a year before, because they're like, oh, you think we're not going to be transparent? Look how transparent we're being.
We ain't
You know what I'm saying?
scared.
That and it was also his PR stunt.
Right. That's right. Go ahead, T. Reaper. Go ahead. Mike's yours.
Go ahead, T. Go ahead, T.
Okay. Well, see, like, everybody knows about xCloud. Everybody now knows about your Series X. What Phil really isn't telling everybody is there's going to be at least 1 to 2 more SKUs on the next generation. And what he's now going to do is that's the whole reason behind his choice speech, because it really should be about choice, whether you can do low, middle, or high. But it's going to go back to that 360 Arcade Pro Elite concept. There's going to be a price point for everybody. And even if the lowest price point is your xCloud, you still have, you know, perfect quality on your wonderful cell phone. Just by streaming.
It's not gonna matter where you go. That's right. It's not gonna
Yeah,
matter.
it's not going to matter because there's something for everybody. And that's kind of what he actually wanted to do.
And he will not. And what was his words? I will not sacrifice performance. So if I want to fight you on Gears of War 5 at 60 frames per second, and I want to do that on my phone, then damn it, I'm gonna fight you on my phone at 60 frames per second. Why? Because Gears of War 5 will be the exact same damn game on the phone that it will be at your house, or if it's at your job on your laptop, or if it's on your PC. It ain't gonna change.
At least for performance.
Right,
Yeah, at least for performance.
The minimum,
Because
like
more than
60%, the
more than
minimum.
likely,
Right, the minimum.
The more than likely it'll run lower resolution, lower detail,
Yes.
lower graphics, but it'll still run in 60 frames,
Amen.
which is the most important thing.
Amen. That's it. Because a game like that, competitive, the minimum has to be 60. Because once you go into 60, now you're really at it.
Under.
Yeah, now you undermine the fairness of competition.
Those people playing.
Right.
Yeah,
So there's gonna be a cap. Bye 30 frames per second. The new legal finally entered where he's home. And T. Reaper, you can clap for me as well. People like us, brother, we've been waiting for this day. Let's give it up for no more 30 frames per second. That's why. Now go to EROK's situation.
They
This is
clowning
why-
now, E. They clowning
Right.
now,
Now, EROK, that's why I want the new Xbox. Because I am sick and tired of playing games that don't even get the 30 frames per second, but they tell me, oh, the game is in 30. And then I get the damn game and it's at 24 frames per second. It's glitchy. I get sick of that, man. I'm just warning. I'm a console player. You know, to people that knock us down, because all of us are console players here. But then they'll tell us, well, why don't you buy a PC? And I'll say the words of EROK and Hebot, because we're not PC gamers. That's why. We know that the console experience can be glorious. We are here today to say enough is enough. Make us a damn console where we can be proud about that we don't look like we're the bottom feeders of the, because it's not, because like Hebot said, it isn't the PC gaming that saved gaming. It's the console community that saved gaming. So put a little respect on console gaming.
My only complaints, guys, is you know, I know. Listen, I know you guys don't want to listen. Here's the thing, man.
No.
I'm listening.
Here's the thing. In a perfect world, here's why the SNES was so perfect. Because it was just that machine. That was it. That was it. Where Sega started fucking up was the 32X and the Sega CD.
I said that.
That's
EROK is right.
That's what he started
You hate
fucking
us
up.
for saying that, but he's right. I said that.
That's what he started fucking up. That's
Because
what
they were
I
trying.
love Sega.
That's right. I love him to death. That's why I
The
never
people
upgraded for my
weren't
Genesis.
ready.
Nope.
They weren't ready. They weren't
right.
ready for that type of move because
Well,
they were trying to preserve.
So much.
Well, Hebot. It's confusing having a bunch of boxes out there. Get a price
Well, there were
point.
adaptations.
Get a price point. Get one box and say, even though Ken Kutragi was a crazy motherfucker, the one thing he did say that I agreed with until he mentioned the price of the PS3 was, you should want this box irrespective
10
of
years,
anything else. You should want Netflix irrespective of anything else. You should want this box irrespective of anything else. The Xbox One S is what the Xbox should have been from the beginning.
Facts.
And then it evolved into the Xbox One X.
Facts.
Too many boxes.
Facts.
And too many price points.
Facts.
Yeah, I had the Xbox 360 Arcade.
Facts.
And then I turned the Xbox 360 Arcade into an Elite.
Right.
The PlayStation 3, as far as I remember, was just one box.
Right.
Or one redesigned box until the
Right.
Slim come out.
Right.
The average American, guys, you guys in
facts.
this room represent
Well,
probably some of the
Microsoft should
smartest
also done
Americans in the
They
room.
should have done
The
too. They
average
should have.
Americans
He-
are
he rock- he rocks facts.
stupid.
He rocks
They
facts.
do not understand a bunch of choices.
Right.
Well, in this tier we got this Xbox,
Right,
and in this tier we got this Xbox, and in the super duper duper extreme tier,
Right.
in the perfect world, if I was in charge of Microsoft, it'd be one box. I would have a million arguments with the guy, Sadala, that's in charge, whatever his name is. I'd be like, dude, we got to get this box sub $500. We paid all of these money for the Navi parts in the solid state. I said, listen, you got to decide right now what you want to do, Sadala. Since I sold you on the fact, and Phil Spencer did this, he sold the boss of Microsoft, because the boss of Microsoft came to Phil Spencer and said, listen, what are we going to do with this?
That's right.
Y'all don't,
These are facts.
He said,
Come on with it,
he
E-Rock.
said, what are we going to do? What are we going to do with this?
Right.
Are we going to keep on losing
Facts.
millions of dollars every year?
Are we gonna do
Phil
something about
Spencer
this?
Said,
That's right.
Phil Spencer said, look, you either going to go all in with gaming, or you might as well not do this.
There it is.
So that's
Yeah.
when Microsoft
That's facts.
started acquiring studios.
Yeah.
That's right.
when they
I
went
agree with
all
him
in.
on
That's
that.
right. He's right.
But now what you got to do is you got to decide on what is your box going to be.
Right.
I'm all with everybody playing shit on a cell phone.
Right.
I'm not like crap gamer. Oh man, my games are going to PC. I'm not going to buy it.
Right.
Nigga, you thinking 5
Well,
years
he
in the
only not
past.
gonna buy it because it's too slow to play it.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
gaming
We're not
is
even
moving
right.
on, but also you guys, you better believe,
Right.
you better believe, and I hate to keep making this about Sony,
Right.
but
No, you
they
good.
are the evil empire. That's who you up against,
Right.
okay?
Right.
Nintendo and Sony are going to come out with one box,
Right.
one price point. Now Nintendo, I don't even want to mention them because
No, you're
that
right.
audience,
No, you're right.
Mr. T and all of them niggas will be 86 and still trying to say Princess Peach. So
Right.
ain't no need for them niggas.
No, that's right.
But
Facts.
Sony, as much as I hate them lying
Right.
pieces of shit,
Come with it,
they're
E-Rock.
going to come out with one box
Come on with
at
it.
one price, and it's not going to be confusing for their brain dead audience. So every stupid motherfucker, like my boy next door, like every dummy working at the fucking deli, oh, PlayStation 5 is $450, and it's only one box.
That's right.
You got to decide now: is Xbox
E-Rock
going to be
spitting
a
facts,
niche
y'all.
brand, or
That's right.
is it going to be the brand?
That's right.
That's
The
all I'm
brand.
talking
Now
about.
watch this, E-Rock.
That's
I got
all
the
I'm
answer
talking
for
about.
you. Now I got the answer for you. It's going to be the brand because Microsoft, well, Phil Spencer said this. They said, well, why did you say Xbox Series X? The confusion had already began. And what did Phil Spencer say?
I told
Watch
him
this.
not to
Now
do
hold on,
that.
watch this. Hear me out. Watch this. But here goes, man, E-Rock, man. I'm gonna say this, bro. You masterfully.
spit nothing but-
No, watch
nothing
this.
but
You
knowledge.
masterfully nailed it with your last speech. Watch this. He is so dead on that we just got the newest article. Phil Spencer literally had to go get interviewed, right, by numerous outsources, right? And he had to say this. I knew that people were going to bring up Series X as if, is that going to be the name of the Xbox? And what did they have? What did they just say? I put it on my Twitter feed. That Series X was more of what E-Rock said. All those damn Xboxes that they had made previously, that they saw their work. Series X was written to them to say, now you've seen all your work, right? You've come from here to here. And Phil Spencer said, it's not the Series X that's the name. It's more of a journey. Listen to what he said. That was more of a journey. It is a fucking Xbox. And that's what it is. Xbox is what the name of this console. He said, I knew that would draw confusion. But that was more
Series
of an
X is
in-house.
just to identify.
Right, it
Series
was
X
just
is
not-
just to identify
There you go.
that it's the more powerful version.
It's the
But it's just Xbox.
That's it. It's just Xbox. When he
Yeah, but
said
it's
that,
not that- it's not that confusing.
It's
That's
not
just
that
the media
confusing.
trying to skew it.
Yes, and
Like
so Phil
E-Rock said,
Spencer.
that's all it is.
That's right. So now that Phil Spencer's cleared that up, because E-Rock nailed it. The stupidity that the human beings want to be that damn dumb. Because what got me, E-Rock, was on Twitter how everybody else knew this. Nobody was confused about iPhones, right? iPhone 1 all the
No,
way up
never.
to when it got to X.
Oh,
and then
the
it went
DS,
to X
the
plus, X plus,
DS5,
EX.
and the DSXL,
Nobody was
and the
confused.
3DXL, and the
Right.
When
nobody.
it comes to
But when it comes to
Xbox, they get
Xbox,
full-on retard.
But then you'll have
There you go,
Series S,
E-Rock.
you'll have the Lockhart, you'll have xCloud,
Full-
a whole bunch of different spews on what you're gonna do.
Now watch this. Now to E-Rock's defense, I'm here to say it. I'm 100 agreeing with E-Rock. I don't give a damn about Lockhart. I don't give a damn about. I don't give a damn about the garter snake version. You know, Anaconda, and you're gonna make the garter snake version. I don't want that. Here's what I want, because now hear me out, y'all. I'm an Xbox fan, right? Y'all know it. Okay, it's nothing unusual. Thank you, babe. Thank you so much. Xbox has never, and this is where the real Xbox fans have to stand up and speak. Xbox has never been about one SKU. Never. It has always been about a better
They were in the
console.
beginning.
Right, but yeah, because that was the introduction, right?
200.
So
what was it,
watch
two-
this.
two-
So
how
watch
much for
this.
that console?
That's facts. When the next one came out, right? The next one, to me, was the downgrade. I agree with E-Rock. I got pissed at the 360 at first. But as it kept evolving, because we got to understand something. That was Microsoft's first time getting into the console space, so I get it.
Yeah,
Right?
but
I get it. Why,
But
hear
at
me
least
out.
with those three models, they had decent
but
prices
here's what
for
it was.
every
They
type
had
of person.
decent
though.
pricing, but watch this. Was the different models, and this is where I was getting with E-Rock, because he was nailing it.
Oh, were they
Now
any
watch
different
this.
besides hard drive? No.
There you go, T-Reaper. Tell it again. Come with it. Was it about
got one-
games?
And the cheapest
it
one
about-
had no hard drive. That was
Right,
why
watch
it
this,
was
watch
cheap.
this. Now,
He got
was
a
those
point.
three? Now, watch this. That's it. Now, was those different consoles, everybody on this panel, about games? Did the new console that you would get, was it because it had games that the other ones didn't get, or anything like
no,
that?
no.
What was it? What made it different? T-Reaper said it. What was the
Features.
difference?
Hard drive.
Hard
drive.
damn drives. The reason I went and bought that damn the 360 Gears of War edition, here's the reason. It wasn't because I bought it because I was going to get more games on it. The reason I bought it is because it had a 320 gigabyte hard drive on it. I got damn tired of filling my shit up and didn't have no more space. So I bought that damn $600 with the controllers that could, you know what? I promise you guys, I'm telling you right now, I was playing with optic headsets from Mad Cats with the Gears of War going and Fusion headsets, right? So I already know about, I can hear somebody coming. I already been there. That's what I was telling people. That's old. Now that goes back to E-Rock's situation. It's these casuals, dog. These casuals do not make the narrative, even though they do. See, that's the sad part. 'Cause E-Rock is right.
They do.
They make that narrative, but they're so far behind.
They outnumber us like 20-1.
That's right. Exactly.
And that's why the media caters to them.
Because
And
they are
news.
them. Because they are them. We have
My
these
nigga,
developers. We have these developers
My nigga.
who can't even damn jump a person over a block. The damn developer guy, the editorial guy wanted to criticize. He was so stupid, right, guys? Because he was really gonna think he could do something like what we do. Get up on YouTube or get up on Mixer and actually play and talk, right? So he
I'ma
thought
tell you-
he could
yeah.
do what we do. He went up on there, y'all video record me, because I'm gonna show y'all how silly Cuphead is. And this dumb idiot couldn't even do the double jump. He couldn't even do the double jump. And you know what was so funny? Do y'all know where he was at? The sad part of it all, people, this is what we come to on behalf of E-Rock's defense. He was in the tutorial, people. He was in the freaking tutorial and couldn't pass it. So he was going to criticize, like E-Rock said, they're going to find a way. But here's the dumb
The
part.
media are the casuals.
The media is the casuals. That's why E-Rock, honestly, man, I accepted the defeat, okay? I've accepted that defeat years ago. But what I want all these freaking casuals to know, and I'm going to say it here on this show, and you guys, I'm so thankful that you guys came here. I don't give a damn if you could barely hear these motherfuckers. I heard them. I heard every last one of you. And you guys, I love y'all to the heart. These are why y'all are my brothers, bro, because I can't get this talk from anybody else. I can't.
This shit ain't. Yeah, this
This is all I want, E-Rock.
This ain't a prediction. This is a spoiler.
This is right.
Okay? Phil,
My man,
Phil,
my man's in him.
Phil, this is
This is a spoiler show.
Spoiler.
That's right.
Phil,
Because
if you come
all
out
I
with
want.
two different SKUs,
That's right.
Lockhart and Series X, the media is going to be confused.
Right.
And I'm gonna say it now, man. And then y'all can call me racist, whatever. The Japanese are watching every move Microsoft gonna make. They're gonna come out with one SKU, even if it's underpowered, even if it's got less power, and they're gonna come at a competitive price and say, well, we just got one SKU. And that's the PlayStation 5, and it's less confusing, and the media is going to run with that, even though Microsoft got a better plan, a better console, a better box. It don't matter. The perception is made
Casual
catered
sell.
to
Ca-
the
ca-
casuals.
casual
It's
sell.
not,
Casual
it's not
sell.
made for, it's not made for y'all three intelligent niggas. This ain't about y'all no more. Listen. Gaming
Right.
done passed me by.
I know,
Ain't
Aries.
about
That
me
was
no
food.
more.
E-Rock
Ain't
was
about
food.
me no more, motherfuckers. It's about these casuals.
Yup.
That's why I'm telling Microsoft they got to change their strategy. You come out with two different SKUs, it's going to confuse the idiots, and the idiots is going to paint a narrative that PlayStation knew what they was doing because they came out with one SKU at one price.
Now
point.
watch this. Now
Y'all-
watch this,
this
E-Rock.
is not-
Sony
Now watch this,
already-
E-Rock.
This is a
Right.
spoiler.
Now,
Sony
now watch this,
already
E-Rock.
came
It
out.
won't be a
Came
fail.
After this podcast a year from now, and y'all will say, God damn it, the
That's
nigga was
right.
right.
So,
Now watch this,
Sony
E-Rock.
already came out on record
Right. Go
saying
ahead.
that they're going to bring out multiple SKUs.
That's a
So
mistake.
nobody,
That's a
so
mistake.
nobody's
That's a
nobody's
mistake.
gonna be confused when it comes to Sony. You'll see,
E-Rock.
which will
Oh,
also
we'll
prove again.
we'll see
it's
what
not
the
confusing
bias.
the media.
Tell him, E-Rock.
That's gonna let you see that it's not
E-Rock's
the
off the
confusion of the
line.
media. It's just the media likes to sell what is popular
That's
just
right.
for their agenda.
Now,
So
watch
it is.
this. That's
And
right.
they don't have that anymore because Microsoft killed it.
Killed it. Now, E-Rock,
They
watch
already
this.
shut it down.
Now, you got to listen to E-Rock. We listen to you, E-Rock. Now,
listen.
listen to your brother. Because look at here. He's right. And let me tell you something, E-Rock. The narrative will not change. These bitches are going to sit my black ass on his throne. They're going to crown me, and they're going to give me the infinite gauntlet. And when that happens, I'm coming for all you bastards. I'm tagging you. I'm tagging all. This is going to be, because this is going to be such an epic proportion, I'm going to make it epic. And this is a spoiler. This is not a prediction. This is a spoiler. When this shit happens,
6 months is going to be insane.
I'm tagging all you idiots. All you idiots are getting tagged. Every last one of you. And I'm going to have my Thanos up there with my glove on and said, all of you fuckers, no matter how many views you got, who you think you are, you didn't never represent the Xbox streets. You never represented gaming streets. The only thing you represented was your mouth. Your mouth. Your mouth could not add up to your gaming. And so therefore, gamers like us never listened to you. We never heard you because you couldn't make a video like this one. E-Rock, and Hebot, and T-Reaper, save this video. Mark it on your calendars because we're bringing this one back. Just like you guys crucified E-Rock and Hebot about calling them a racist when they try to tell you idiots about them Japanese games. All these other dudes couldn't tell you nothing like that because in the streets where gaming is really originated from, where are these guys? I'm still looking for them. You go to their city and bring their names up. Don't nobody know who the fuck these clowns are. This is gaming, people. You can't bring propaganda to gaming.
You just racist against the Japanese. And anytime when they put a Star Wars poster over Japan, they gotta make the black guy smaller. So they don't y'all didn't know about that?
I remember about Django Unchained. They didn't let him. They didn't let him show the scene where he had his slung out. I wonder why.
Right.
Come on now. But y'all watching the motherfuckers.
And then I'm sitting up here on my YouTube and I'm scrolling and I see a CNN about Xbox. Why Xbox did not succeed in Japan. And I said, well, let's look at this.
I remember that.
And I'll be damned. When I finished watching that, who did I call?
Yeah, I remember that.
These two brothers right here. And I said, you guys got to do this show. You are validated. You have to do
I
this
said,
show.
well, I'll be damned.
I sure did.
It was
I mean, I don't know nothing. Remember that.
Yeah.
He bought the granny bot, all that shit call you.
This is a spoiler.
Shit.
You will ground me because the narrative.
It was about pride.
That's right.
Fucking don't care. All it is with them is about fucking pride.
You guys hear me one
Well,
more time.
to be fair, like Sony will never actually let go of their pride.
No.
Well, they're gonna have to figure it out.
That's
not how it goes.
That's why Phil wanted to play nice at first, because he's like, I know you can't let go of your pride, but
They invented kamikaze. They put kamikaze in the record books. They put kamikaze in the record books for a reason.
It's a Japanese
reason.
thing, and
right.
Sony of America got to go along with it. They got no choice. Same thing with State of America. Why they had to be undermined by State of Japan. It's a Japanese thing. We'll never understand them. We'll never understand it.
Because what did that CNN thing say, EROK? It's a cultural thing. And unless you're in Japan, that's right.
They won't put it by Xbox. No matter what.
No matter what. Whether it was cheaper, whether they had more RPGs. The 360 had more appealing RPGs than the PS3 did. Right from the jump. Right from the jump. Last Revenant, Star Ocean, okay? Eternal Sonata, and they still didn't buy it.
Now, EROK. Now to go.
That it was all bullshit.
Now go to E. Now I've been on EROK's defense. Now EROK, watch this. If you can't see it, watch what he about to say. EROK, look at what's happening right now. We're gaining all the Japanese developers' trust again. We're gaining. Well, all these PlayStation fans thought Yakuza wasn't coming to Xbox ever. Yakuza's here. Look, Crash Bandicoot, y'all never get that here. That's our game.
We're getting the Kingdom Hearts series finally.
I told you that.
How many decades of
Reaper's happy about that one, boy. He's happy about that one.
Give me Sora, and then I will be all set for life.
And then the Megahertz piece, the game never played. Oh, we got the best baseball game, MLB The Show.
It's gone. Gone.
Yeah. That was the only sports game Sony was holding on to, too. That was kind of the sad part. That was the only one that they were holding on to.
Because that's going to help them, their division game, make way more money for their division. That's not a bad
Yeah.
That's actually the smartest
That's
done
kind
all
of because the
generation.
PlayStation was always the sports concept, except
Now
for
watch this,
Madden.
EROK.
That's
Do you know why that's
Oh, they had
happening?
the license.
EROK. Do you know why that's happening?
The MLB
this.
said, yo, cough that shit up.
Right. Do you know why that's happening, people? It's not because Microsoft is the #1 console in the world. It's not because Microsoft sells the most. It's not because, right. It's not because Xbox is a Western console, most seller. It's strong in the Western world. I'm gonna tell you why. Xbox now is gaining these grounds back. One, there was a lack of trust and a lack of respect in the previous years of Microsoft. Okay?
Yeah.
Phil
But you also
Spencer,
gotta keep in mind,
what it
Phil
took.
Spencer
Watch this.
resurrected God.
That's right. And look.
Legitimately be like.
And what is the key words, right? Faith without deeds is dead, right? That's a notorious wisdom quote, right? So it was never about can Xbox do this, could not perform, because that's a lie. Because like EROK said, and everybody on the panel said, T-Reaper and Hebot, the first Xbox proved that. So that's dead. 19 years old, dead. That's a dead way of thinking. It was the gaining the trust, right? But you can't gain the trust of the Japanese community by afar. You can't sit on the United States and say, well, believe in us. You have to get up off your butt. Right. You have to get up off your butt and
You've got to
fly
get
to
the
them.
reason to believe in you before
Right.
you go.
You got to fly to them. Because before all this happened, thank you, kid, and I appreciate you. Because before all of this happened, everybody would sit from afar and send text messages to Japan. Nobody went over there. And you remember the guy that left the Japanese market, the guy that was ahead of the Japanese Xbox market. Remember when he left? And they asked him, why are you leaving, man? It was sad, y'all. It really was sad. He said, why are you leaving? Because here's was his word. I do, kitten. Here's was his word. Nobody appreciates me here. In my own country, I don't get appreciation. I feel like a stranger. I'm a laughing stock. It's to become too personal for me here. Now that's sad. I remember a cat that I played with, y'all, and this is true stories. I was on Titanfall, so this was in 2014. there was a military guy, and he was stationed in Japan. And when he said that, I said, "Wait a minute, dude, you in Japan with an Xbox?" Because he didn't talk, so I had to text it to him. He said, "Yo, I'm an American, dude. I'm over here." And he was like, "Yo, I get made fun of over here with this Xbox. Like, yo, there's nobody over here with the Xbox." I'm like, "Yo, you kidding me?" He was like, "Nah, bro. There's nobody over here. Like, it's like, dude, it's like desolate over there, right?"
Well, even in the early 2000s, it was just like that. So that's not very uncommon.
Right, it's not. There you go. It was never uncommon. The media made it, like EROK said, it printed that out so much because they knew the consumers were not dumb. Let me stop saying it. They were ignorant. Because you can no longer be dumb if you listen to this channel. You cannot remain dumb. So if you want to remain dumb, there's a disclaimer. Do not watch this YouTube channel. Don't watch it if you want to remain dumb. That's a disclaimer.
And the sad part is only one dilemma. It's about 4 guys listening to this podcast, and 23,000 guys listening to dickheads like Crap Gamer.
EROK, you too generous. Look, now watch this. EROK. Chris, watch this. That fool said there's only 4 people watching it. Guess who the 4 motherfuckers are? Us.
Yo, man, I'm
down with EROK. I'm fucking down with EROK, boy. The only 4 people listening to it are the motherfuckers that are talking.
Yeah, me and Hebot is on our channel, and Dorian and Reaper, we on our channel gaming. We getting like 5 views.
We're gaming on it.
Doing clickbait and getting thousands of views.
Right.
We're in the wrong field, D.
We're in the wrong field, famos.
We're up against a river of misinformation, and we got a broken paddle.
That's right.
So Phil,
EROK killed me, boy.
Put some gas
I'm also gonna point out that generation shift is about to be here, and this hasn't happened for 20 years.
That's
and
right.
I love. See, this is gonna be kind of fun because like all these like popular streamers like Dr. Disrespect, Ninja will have no idea what's about to happen, and it's going to be massively funny.
That's right. You watch this. I'm gonna get crowned, y'all, and we're gonna have a massive celebration. And you know what? I remember what I always tell y'all: don't name names. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Be the hell in 2020 when this shit hits the fan. Open season. We tagging you.
Yeah.
You think we were a bunch? You think we're scared of y'all, bro? Like we ain't scared of you. You niggas on game. And what are we scared of? What are we scared of? What? We're not gonna get views? We don't already get views. Fuck them views. Oh, we don't get likes? We don't get likes. Fuck them likes. Y'all are scared of that. The only thing I'm scared of is I don't get this game to play. That's what I'm afraid of. I don't get this console. Fuck y'all.
Damn, I can't play this
Right, I can't play this game. I'm not a YouTuber. Right, yeah. and I'm speaking to the only
Damn,
4
it's a system update.
And
I
I'm
gotta wait another 2 hours before my slow internet actually.
And I'm speaking to the only 4 people that are listening to this shit. And that's
Ourselves.
I love
yo,
it.
man, I want to apologize to Andy Mack, man. I ain't mean to throw you under the bus, man. It's just you know, I get upset when people try to, like, you know, anybody try to say what consumers are going to do, because whatever you think consumers are going to do, them motherfuckers do the opposite.
That's right.
They do the opposite.
That's right.
We see it time and time again.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we all know that Xbox got a better motherfucking mousetrap. We know they got a better glass lemonade. We know this.
Right.
We know. I'm still trying to figure out why the fuck anybody would buy a PlayStation, because I honestly don't know.
I don't know. And listen,
or at least before the Xbox.
Okay,
So
you're telling me you got a PlayStation. And listen, y'all. Y'all know on my channel I don't knock consoles. I told y'all that, right? But here's what we're doing, right? You got a PlayStation. Your PlayStation is loud. I thought we were done with that last generation. But you brought that loudness over to this generation. Your internet service is slow. Right, your internet service is slow. I thought we left that in last generation, but you brought that over in this generation. In your console, I got a question to all you PlayStation fans. How in the hell when you turn on your console that you see these three letters, WWW. I thought when I saw that, I
Boy,
literally
wow,
said,
what?
think EROK?
The fuck kind of book? What's this,
EROK.
1994?
Yeah, that's how it is
bro.
on the PlayStation.
EROK.
Yeah.
1994 EROK.
You
EROK.
know the joint dialing up.
I went to my boy Chris EROK. He's not lying. Listen, I went to Chris Dove's house, his apartment at the time. He was like, Dorian, you got to come over here, man. I'm telling you, you got to put your hands on the shit. Come on over here. You got to see this. Because I'm just waiting to see your reaction. I just want to sit back and laugh at your reaction. All right, I'll be over there. I drove damn near almost an hour, right? Because he lives almost a damn an hour, about 45 minutes in Plano. He was in Plano, Chris. So I go up there. I'm like, this better be worth my damn trip, man. Go up in there. He's like, start this shit up. Start it up. He sat there. Here's a controller. I started it up. The first fucking thing that pissed me off was that stupid fucking music, bro. That dumb shit, man. Like that stupid shit, dude. I'm like, I told him, what the fuck is that, bro? What is that? Like, is this supposed to mess with me? So then I started scrolling. What your menu look like? Cheap ass menu. I'm flipping, and to my surprise, I saw that WWW, bro. And I literally, for the first time in my life, I was absolutely speechless. I said, dude, World Wide Web? Now, I want everybody to know the significance when EROK said 1994, because he's not lying. This shit goes so far back to when the Windows 95 was implemented in our schools and our libraries. When we were able to sit there and play Oregon Trail and all of this shit and Tron in the library, when we thought that was a big deal. Now, I want y'all to understand why I never had a PlayStation. That's one of the main reasons. What are y'all talking about? You never had one. That's one of the damn... Bro, World Wide Web?
How do you not have
Dial-up.
How do you not have backwards? How do you not have backwards compatibility?
That's right. I literally, I'm done. Like, you can't... That's it for me, man. Like, I was like, dude, they are beyond 25 years old of tech. Sony is literally so far behind that it's sad, man. Like, this is why you're not getting any shows from them.
Help me look for it.
This is why you're not
Microsoft
hearing from them.
innovates. Everybody copies.
Yeah, the DOS programs. That's right, kid. Don't forget about the DOS programs. Amen, my sister. This is so hilarious. Stop it, people. Listen, if you like the PlayStation, play the PlayStation. But by no means do you come here making it seem like the PlayStation is superior. Because like I've been saying, in order to do that, you must lie. You have to lie about it. You cannot tell the truth about these things. These are why these things like the World Wide Web never gets brought up out of y'all's mouths. Okay? We know y'all. We get it. We understand. Just keep coming to me about console sales. That's about the best damn thing that you can bring as a sacrifice to my table. I will accept that. I will accept that.
See, this is where I get annoyed though, because then everybody's like, "Oh, console sales," and then Phil will come out and be like, that doesn't mean shit to us."
Right.
And he's not even honestly lying, because that's not how they make their money.
Nope.
So it's like,
Well,
T-Reaper,
that's not even how Sony makes their money. That's the funny part.
No. Yeah, that's kind of the humorous part.
That's the humorous part.
They make their money off of services and contracts with other companies.
That's bottom line. That's bottom line. So people, listen, we're ending it. We're ending this show because World Wide Web ended this show. We got to talking so deep, and we actually hit World Wide Web, y'all.
It can't go no further than that.
No, E-Rock. It messed up the matrix, y'all. We're getting distortions and shit now. We switched over to World Wide Web. Don't blame us. We just thought we had something and we hit World Wide Web, and now everything is slowing down. People, just hang on. And listen, we're having technical difficulties now. I just want to say, this. Shout out to my man He-Bot. Shout out to my man EROK and T-Reaper. If y'all can hear me, man, I just want to say thanks to everybody out there that enjoyed this show. I'm so sorry. I'll figure this out. Listen, we're down for maintenance, and it'll be back up soon.
Oh my God.
And we'll be back up
What a
soon.
clown.
We'll be back up soon, people. So that's it.
Imagine
That's
me
it.
and you and me.
I don't know. Thank y'all for coming out.
Yeah.
Thank all of y'all for coming out. We appreciate all of y'all.
And you and me.
Bye bye.
So happy together.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Y'all some fools, man.
We'll never survive this fuckery tonight.
No, it's going down, brother.
Y'all
One of the
niggas threw Andy Mack under the bus.
Come on. Listen, E-Rock. Nah, man, listen.
I mean,
No, listen, E-Rock. What I said about Andy Mack, listen, what I said about Andy Mack, what I said about Andy Mack stays between me and Andy Mack. I don't want to put that out there. Look, and listen, I'm gonna listen. My thing, right? It's squashed. It was just a jab, and if he wants to jab back at me, that's fine because listen, man. I'll never get personal, okay? It'll never get personal because this is gaming. But you guys are my dudes, right? You guys are my dudes, and this is all I'm gonna say. The actions of certain people that we know across the live community would not go well in reality. And I'm a person, right? And I'm a person that this is who I am. And listen, I've seen EROK in real videos. I've seen He-Bot in real videos. And they're exactly who they are now on this channel. They're not portraying somebody. T-Reaper, when I met him on Upload videos, the way he sounds today, the way he acts today is how he was acting then. He's never changed up who he is. And that's what I'm saying. If I call you a friend and I call you a brother, there's ways to approach you. There's ways to come at you. Yo, we had a debate tonight. Well, not even tonight, today. And look how it went. All that respect was given. There was nothing out there because it's a true, and that's what I'm saying, quotation marks, it's a true brotherhood. When you're part, there's not no one in this panel. That's right. There's nobody on this panel that has ever questioned my loyalty. Or is ever, because I know this, loyalty is hard to come by. It's hard to come by. It's very hard to find sincere people. And when I see, and I'm talking about me, E-Rock, right? And He-Bot knows, and y'all know what I'm talking about. But when I see crooked activity, bro, that's it for me. Because it should never be crooked activity when it's your brother. There's a way to come to your brother. See what I'm saying? That's a way to come. So when you do that, that just shows me who you really are. Because I go by this. It's not who I see you when you're around us. That's not who you really are. Who you really are is who you are when there's nobody around you.
We nobody around.
And you showed who the fuck you was when nobody was around.
What thing?
We like a football team.
That's right, brother.
Figure it out.
Sometimes the wide receiver and the quarterback ain't gonna always agree on how to get the play done. But what we don't do is be like, oh, I'm abandoning your team.
Right.
The other team. We ain't doing that shit over here.
No, or when you get on the media and your boys are not there and you got something to say when your boys are not there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit there, and listen, man, it's not just one incident, yo. You get what I'm saying? This is not, look, this situation is very consistent. You get what I'm saying? So there it is. So that's where the FU came. It wasn't really directed towards him as a human being. It's FU, the activity that I've seen with my own eyes. I don't question myself. That's right, brother. So hey, we're gonna leave this as that. EROK. No, I'm sorry. Since T-Reaper was last to come in when we started the show, T-Reaper, you tell everybody where they can find you, man, and salute everybody out, brother. Then we're gonna go to EROK, then we're gonna go to He-Bot.
I just want to thank He-Bot and Legal, and especially EROK for, and Legal for basically, helping me kind of grow these last, 5 years of my wonderful existence.
We love you,
And
boy.
you guys all can find me now on Instagram. It's
Damn right.
ODOT Reaper. I am almost so close to 2,000 followers. It's not even funny. And I
feeling good over there.
We had all people just come straight back to me, which was mad fun. I get like maybe about 5 to 6 followers a day. I legitimately shout out like maybe 4 or 5 people a week.
Now what you need to do, T Reaper, is tell your people to come follow us. Damn it! Get them to.
I want all the old people to go back to move to Instagram, because YouTube's new policy is going to wipe practically half the
it's
people
gonna
off
be
the planet.
Yeah.
But that was kind of the crutch behind all us basically, clowning and trolling everybody. Is they were just going to wipe everybody's account, and then you can start anew if that's what you choose.
Right. So it's good to people like me who just started. If you just started on YouTube, you're safe. You're safe and sound.
Yeah.
You're good to go. Just keep your thing about kids at a minimum. Don't put kids in your video. Don't do any dumb activities on there, man. You should be okay, brother. EROK. Oh, go ahead.
But no, it's becoming mad fun. Like it's amazing how many people really do know who you are if you actually post them.
Right. EROK.
But I'm enjoying myself.
No doubt, T Reaper. No doubt. Go follow my man T Reaper on Instagram, brother. He's really doing a good job. Seriously, I'm really proud of you, bro, because I saw you go from, and you were skeptical, man, but you went over there and you do what you like.
I had to give in to the cosmos that wanted to take me back, and it's not been easy, and it's still not complete, but I'm trying to work very hard.
And it's showing, my brother. You're doing a fabulous job over there. EROK, let them know, fam.
Yeah, y'all know what the deal is, man. Follow the YouTube channel. I'm also on Instagram. I need to know how TV could build his audience. I'm over on my Instagram channel. I'm actually blogging. He on his channel posted a picture of himself in a hospital bed with a glass of Tanqueray. You know what I mean? Send some of the niggas my way. Shit.
Right.
But other than that, it's all good, man. Keep it gaming. Follow us, like, hate, subscribe, do what y'all do. As always, bye-bye.
EROK, it catches me every damn time. E-Bot, take them out, fam.
Well, just, I hope you got something, the messaging, and learned something. You didn't just come here and say, oh, look, these guys are fighting, look. Because that's not what it was. That's not what it is. It never will be. It never has been. We just know how to, do this thing, but do it, being real and in style. You guys can find my channel. I've been in hiatus for a little while because I have a lot of things going on with personal myself, family, my wife, ailments and stuff, and children in college, finishing up. All the things that real people supposed to be doing, in life. But I still try to squeeze in a little time here and there. I'm glad that I was able to join Dorian Florian because he's been away. He's been in the road because of work to do and take care of his family, and he hasn't done nothing in a while. And again, like I say, he's my partner also in crime. So we I'm glad I could just be here for him since he's been gone. Because I know how it is to come back and you're trying to find your support or your rhythm, and it kind of feels like it goes away because you kind of you forget the routine. It kind of feels like you're starting all over once you go away for a little while. Even though you never really went away at all. But so I'll be on YouTube posting stuff soon. I'm trying to work on some really nice interviews with some developers, which I haven't been able to do because they've been busy, promoting their stuff, just timing and schedule. I started my audience, Let's Talk podcast, interviewing people on the gaming scene that not necessarily are on YouTube, but that have been giving all of us on YouTube support, and then on Xbox.
Good stuff.
I started to do an episode of We Got Next. I was supposed to do one like 2 weeks ago again, and I couldn't because my co-host, one, he hasn't been here because he's been away for work, and then the other is trying to make the right scheduling for everybody too that I try to ask to join me, like EROK, you know, and like Shermanator or Talk or something like that. You know, it just scheduling gets in the way, man. It is what it is. But other than that, and then, you know, I'm just gonna keep doing my figure collectible stuff because it's actually working out in my favor. Gain a lot of more, you know, subscribers because of it, and they're not toxic.
Right.
Arguing about any little thing you say, calling you all kinds of names, trying to meme you. But that's it. I'm still here, guys. Just bear with me, but just know that if you come and check me out, you know, you're more than welcome every time. Whether it's now or later, you know, you're always gonna be part of my family, as I say, once you come and show me that love and support.
Okay, man.
Thanks, Tori, for having me on.
No doubt, brother. I want to say this, man, as I go. I'm going to bomb for these boys right here, dude. Starting with T Reaper. T Reaper's my boy, man. And all of us are going through some things. These dudes do this from the heart. T Reaper has some health issues that are going on with him. And I hope my brother gets well soon and things get going good with him as soon, because he's our brother. We care about him. He-Bot is going through some, he's a human being. He-Bot is going through some health issues and still holding down his family. There's a lot of stress he's going through with his wife, himself, his kids, and I know these things because he's my brother, and I'm concerned about him, and I know the grind and the stress that he's going through. But I think he's taking my word about getting rest. Get some rest, take care of yourself, demand it, because you are a human being and you can only do so much. My man EROK, who is of my people, who I look up to him because we hold value to our dear mothers and our parents. And to know that EROK lost a best friend of his not too long ago, his father. He holding on to his mother, making sacrifices for him, because that's what real men do.
That's right.
We hold our mothers close because we love our mothers, and we spend the time that we can have with them because they took time for us when we couldn't take care of ourselves as little boys. They took care of us. So it's only right as men now, with the strength in our arms, to take care of our mothers. And EROK exemplifies that, and that's my brother. So when they come up on my show, people, this is not something that just happens. This is stuff that these guys literally take their time out of their life, out of their hard life that they're going through, to be a part of my easygoing channel. And I'm here today to say this again. This isn't just my channel. This is all of our channels. If you want to go find EROK, you can either come here or to his personal channel, EROK on YouTube. If you want to find He-Bot, you can come either here or to his personal YouTube channel. If you want to find T Reaper, you can either come here or to his personal channel. And the same goes for them. Because these guys, before I had a channel, was speaking upon my name. This is why I hold these guys so dear to me. I'm a fan of theirs. And what created me to do my channel is so I can do just what I'm doing right now, listening to them. When I get done recording this, I literally go back and I sit down when I ain't got nothing to do, and I laugh, and I have a good time listening to hearing these guys perform. Because what I got tired of is that these dudes don't get enough airtime. They don't get enough talk time. And I hope today that you guys saw these guys for who they really are. These guys know what they're talking about and are a force to be reckoned with. And I hold them dear. So I want to say thanks to you guys. You know where to find me on my own damn channel, of course. Di-RREC Gaming or my gamertag New Legal, which is lowercase THE space all caps NEW space LEGAL. You type that in on YouTube and Di-RREC Gaming pops up. You can come there, follow me as well. I'm not as big on Instagram, but I'm on there too. I put video content on there, little clips and stuff. Nothing major, but like I said, I'm a gamer. So when you come to this channel, don't expect YouTube mess, traditional YouTube mess. And I call it mess, but I'm not knocking anybody that's a YouTuber. I'm talking about just for me. It's gonna be gaming, more gaming centric, okay? So when you come here, I don't care if you game on Nintendo, I don't care if you game on your phone, I don't care if you game on PlayStation. When you come here as a gamer, you rep that. You rep that. Because just like I rep Xbox, I have a rough respect to understand that you rep what you like. And you can come to Di-RREC Gaming and rep your console. You can rep it here because that's what it's about. All right, people? So, thank you all for coming out tonight. This has been the New Legal representing Di-RREC Gaming with these mighty three horsemen here. And we out of here. Bye-bye.
Bye.